Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure you guys have all seen on your feed and what you're watching on the news. There's some really sad news out of Ukraine. It's just so hard to comprehend that this is actually happening. So let me explain what's going on. Russian troops attacked a maternity hospital. Multiple people were killed, including a 6-year-old girl, and many people are now calling it a war crime. Well, a lot of Ukrainians who have not yet fled the war are also documenting their lives in real time while the cities around them crumble. Many are living underground in bomb shelters, including this 20-year-old woman who's gone viral on TikTok. So first, she shows what she sees outside her bomb shelter when she is able to go out. You can see all the horrible destruction. In this video, she chronicles a typical day in a bomb shelter. Her dad wakes her up. She uses a heat gun as a hairdryer. Her mom cooks. She gets outside for a little bit to get some stuff to take home. She also shows off what's in her bunker. There's a jacuzzi, in quotes, a place to read, her Michelin star restaurant, that's her mom, some gym equipment, and some canned tomatoes. And she also shows off what's in her bag, which includes a lot of different packaged food items, all essential for life in a bunker. It's so strange seeing it in real time, isn't it? What do you think, Linz?
Social media is playing such a major role in shaping this war. I think even before the invasion, we saw satellite images that proved Putin wrong, that he was lying about what the antagonizing was, which there was none. And so watching her do this, I think people who feel like this is other, Ukraine is over there, you can't help but relate that this is a girl just like me.
Totally.
You watch this and you're seeing she's smiling on TikTok. You can still find moments. You can still love on your mom. You can still be human. And so I think that's the part that makes us different, is that social media is showing us what's actually going on and connecting us on the most important level, which is like a human level.
It's not only connecting us, but what you said was really important is it's showing Putin to the world he's wrong. So I think he thought this war would be over like that, and social media is almost part of the enemy now. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? What do you think, Al?
I mean, social media is, you could say it's part of the enemy, but it's also with the good guys as well.
No, I mean, yeah, against Putin, yeah.
It's everything.
It changed it.
It's really, it's able to show the world without the lens, decided by the person that's showing it. So Putin's kind of, overall, just how he wanted to show this war and how he wanted to show that Ukraine was the aggressor. I think maybe if this is 2004, we're not having this conversation.
I agree with you.
think this just kind of happens, and it's a news story, and we move on. But just seeing everything in real time like we are, every story has come to light. You cannot hide and put things away just because you might be in a position of power. So I think Putin's learning that the hard way. But I do think that, unfortunately, we might see some real ugly stuff coming up soon, Lindsay, because this is not a fairy tale, and Ukraine is outgunned, and I'm very scared for what's coming.
I am, too. I just want to say about the maternity ward, just to touch on that, there were women giving birth through all of that. There's pictures of women being taken literally like 8 months pregnant on a stretcher. I saw one woman looking in a bunker to a newborn. So I know you just recently gave birth, so I just can't imagine what that would feel like. I just wanted you to touch on that.
Yeah, sometimes I watch this, I told you before, I didn't have to see any images. Once I heard the story of the family separating and the dad staying back to fight for his country, which is the noble thing to do, and the young kid and their parents getting on the bus and leaving the country, it broke my heart. So seeing the images just kind of exacerbates that whole thing. And being in that situation recently of just having a baby, you can't imagine just living our peaceful lives here and any of this happening. So that's why I think social media is so important, because when we decide whether we jump in this or don't, a lot of people are going to have to think about, what if this was us?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well said. Well, some Ukrainians who are living through the war have relatives back home in Russia. So what are conversations like with those relatives? Well, one Ukrainian son told his Russian father about the war, saying he woke up after his city was bombed and escaped with his 1-month-old son. But this is how his father back in Russia responded. Take a look.
He told me that Russia started like a peaceful operation, and they're trying to save us from the Nazis regime, which occupied our country. And the most interesting thing was that the Russian soldiers are giving to the local people food and warm clothes. So that's the thing he saw on the TV.
So that's the propaganda that a lot of people in Russia are getting, and it's not like they can get it elsewhere. Putin is an old school KGB dictator. He curates what everybody sees in that country. So what do you do when the fighting, what do you do with that propaganda? How do you fight that?
I don't know if you can. I think people don't do things unless they work, Lindsay. And propaganda's been going on since anybody that had an agenda wanted to get anything done, you start with propaganda, and it works every single time. In a weird way, the way that the human brain seems to be constructed is the first thing that it hears, it sticks.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to get that out. And like we've seen that almost with everything. I mean, even if you just take it totally different, I remember, you know, when I was growing up, everything was about fat, like low fat. Everything was low fat, when really it was sugar that we should have been really looking at. So in a weird way, it took 20 some years to kind of change that ideology. And I wonder if this is where we are in terms of like propaganda, because that's his son telling him this, and it's not sticking, Lindsay, because he didn't get there first.
Is social media the antidote?
Well, I don't know, but these people are indoctrinated. We saw in Russia they found the biggest kid star and had her telling kids, listen to Putin, he's right.
Yeah.
And so when you start there and people are indoctrinated at that level over and over again until they become adults, like we saw this man who's a father, it's hard to back out of that and say, I'm going to change my entire way of thinking when this is how I was raised.
That's
and
true.
You know, and we are a product of our environment, so it's hard to back up and change from that and just, you know, completely break free of everything that you know.
It's almost impossible. Yeah.
Except for maybe the attitude of seeing real videos. The social media might be the only
But what if they
antidote.
tell you that those are the ones that are doctored?
Right.
How many people looked at the January 6th footage and thought that was, you know?
Or even with deep fakes and everything, I think you tell yourself a lie long enough, you believe the lie. That goes for any of us on the panel.
Yeah.
And so that goes for everybody who keeps watching a lie over and over and over again.
Well said. Let us know what you guys think. Coming up on DBL, Jussie Smollett is set to learn his fate. Will he serve time for the hate crime hoax? And our interview with David Arquette, how he's bringing Bozo the clown back in a big way.
Closed captioning provided by
This March, connect with Al, Lindsay, Erica, Jeff, and Tori. Exciting! Real conversations are on DBL.
Man, you guys want all the smoke with these hard questions.
Yeah. DBL, all new every day.
Something fun.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, look, Al loves cars, right? Al was recently rolling around in a Porsche, weren't you?
I was. But it was, I got it through the app Turo, which is great. It's like Airbnb.
And I like Turo. I
Yes.
just tried that. I'm really like
Coogler
a
is
person that's like
crazy.
locked in with like old
I
school.
know.
Me too.
And I don't like to like borrow
I'll let them
somebody's
know.
car, but it actually is cheaper. And
It's cheaper, and I got a nice. You know what's so weird about like how
I like the Coogler.
how alike we are. It's just like I didn't even really get down with Airbnb.
See?
Because
He's
I
like,
don't.
that's
I
somebody's
like a
house.
hotel. I want you to make my bed. I like coming back to a nice. I don't want to like, because I stayed in some Airbnbs and they're like, hey, could you replace this and take the trash out? I'm like, hey, I'm not at my friend's house.
Right,
What are we
exactly.
doing
They're
here? I don't like
messaging
your
you. It's too
notes.
much access.
I don't like that. So yes, we are similar in that.
We were in New York recently, and we partnered with a company called Blue Street, and we filmed
Stylish.
this Porsche 488. What is it? I don't know cars as much as you
Yeah,
do.
the one I just saw.
Yeah, the one with
That
the red
was a
seats.
Ferrari.
Oh, Ferrari. Not a
Yeah.
Porsche. Al was in a Porsche. I was in a
She has
Ferrari.
No idea. She's like
Al's
driving
like,
around
what?
New York.
Al's always like, you know all these athletes and you don't even know what they do. I'm like, oh
She
yeah.
really had no idea.
What car was it? Because she
It was a
showed in her
Ferrari.
Instagram
It was
and a
amazing.
beautiful car.
It was a Ferrari, and I was scared to drive it. So honestly, Colin drove it the whole time.
Well,
I was
yeah, I would
terrified.
be scared
because it
too.
was raining a little bit.
Yeah.
and-
Was it comfortable? Like those cars are kind of like.
They sit
It was
low.
more comfortable than I thought it would be.
Okay, fair.
I wanted to ask
they
Al
sit
because a
low.
Porsche feels like more something that I would probably get down the line for like a.
Right.
You know, you can have in
There's
your
a Porsche
yard.
truck.
That car seems like you need to have several cars
Yeah,
in
that
your
seems like
yard.
a Ford
Don't just.
car,
This is
right.
not your grocery store car.
Right.
You
Do you
know-
guys say Porsche real quick? Or
Oh, it
Porsche?
is Porsche. I think
I
I'm
thought
saying
it's
it wrong.
Porsche.
I don't know, but Steve would know.
It's like,
Gallagher,
it's
let
like
us know.
Rihanna and Rihanna.
It's Rihanna.
Everybody's gonna just say Rihanna, but it is Rihanna.
Say Rihanna. I'm never gonna say Rihanna.
Welcome back. All right, for a few years now, Al, it feels like the entire time we've been on, we've been following the story of Jussie Smollett. All right, today, Jussie will learn his sentence, and if he's going to prison, he was convicted on 5 felony counts of disorderly conduct for lying to police. Now, each count could carry up to 3 years, but experts are saying he may not get any prison time. And I just want to ask you guys straight up, for the city of Chicago, do you think he needs to go to jail or prison or even county jail, which is up for option, because of what he did to the reputation and tourism, or tried to do, of Chicago?
Let me tell you and say it in the same voice as you. The city of Chicago needs to focus on other things they got going on. They are so obsessed with this vendetta they have with Jussie Smollett. And I understand he's wrong. Community service for days, fines for out the behind. Do whatever you want. But the fact that you're focusing so much energy on this case and really trying to like get him back, and like it seems so petty for this entire organization that's running a city that has multiple issues to be so worried about Jussie Smollett and giving him jail time. I don't think that he needs to go to jail.
You don't think
he's embarrassed? He doesn't have his job. Empire wrote him off the show. What else? I mean, he doesn't have anything. He has to pay $130,000 maybe. Like, this is a lot for somebody who has no income right now.
What if you're a minority saying he really diluted the message when he lied about that hoax, as a black or gay person, to feel like that really was a shot in the heart of that when he made it a hoax?
I mean, and that's where people forget. It's almost like when your parents, instead of punishing you, they just say, I'm really disappointed.
I knew you were going to say that.
I feel like that's how society...
So he should go to jail?
No, I'm saying that's it. I don't think he should, because the public shaming...
Yeah.
And the end of his career and the end of his namesake, and I'm not trying to be too dramatic, but what he did was pretty dramatic. And how embarrassing it was, and people questioning, is this the strangest crime I've ever covered on this show? Like, why? I think that's worse than him getting a year and a half in jail. Is anybody?
And to me, it's embarrassing, because I think when you're on that public stage, this is just me trying to psychoanalyze. I don't have any idea this is the case, but like, I know when you have a sympathetic story, a lot of times celebrities then become like put on this platform and pedestal, and we praise them. And think about somebody as simple as Robin Roberts, who's an amazing woman, went through her experiences, her health shares that she shared with the world, and now she's this beloved TV anchor. And so I think he wanted that moment to be like, okay, we can relate to you, especially because so many black people were suffering in the world. But that's not how you do it.
Right.
Just be honest and share in the moment of the experience, and hope that something like that doesn't happen to you. Don't fake it in order to make it, because now everybody hates you.
Yeah, everyone does. That's fair. I do want to get this story. And the director of Black Panther, Ryan Coogler, had an unfortunate run-in with the police after he tried to make a withdrawal at a bank in Atlanta. Body cam footage shows Ryan being handcuffed at the bank teller window. He was then brought to a police cruiser. He was questioned over a possible bank robbery. So TMZ got the note that Ryan allegedly gave the teller. It asked for $12,000 from his checking account, but he wanted the money counted somewhere else because he wanted to be discreet. The teller was suspicious. Police were called. After investigating, police said it was all a huge mistake. Ryan released a statement saying, quote, "This situation should never have happened. However, Bank of America worked with me and addressed it to my satisfaction, and we have moved on." The bank also released a statement apologizing to Ryan, saying they've done that before. What do you think, Al?
And I'll speak quickly because I want to hear what you have to say, Linz. I had an ex-girlfriend that worked at a bank that I'm not going to say, that was on her break talking to me when the bank got robbed. So this is, banks get robbed a lot more than I think they let people know. Also, there's a documentary on HBO called The Cheshire Murders, and the woman, she's a suburban rich woman, was taken by this intruder to go get the money out of her account. Yeah, and pass a note, and she was clearly crying, and they still gave her the money. And I wish the teller, and then she was subsequently killed. I think if the teller had done something, they could have intervened. And I think if you're a teller, especially in this case, the teller was African American, if something feels weird, I would rather go through that process and then apologize later than if he was in a bad situation.
I think it's just unfortunate. I mean, Ryan Coogler is like the best of the best. I mean, he made one of the biggest, blew out the box office, and he can't even go to the bank and just not have the police put him in cuffs. So I think it's just unfortunate and disheartening, and the story just plays over and over again of just seeing a black man, that's your decision, that he's automatically guilty. And I really want to know what Bank of America did to apologize, but I know that he's satisfied, so I'm satisfied.
He said it so clearly, like, I'm satisfied. Yeah, interesting. Let us know what you guys think on YouTube or on our DBL app. We'll be right back.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues to cause prices for goods to skyrocket. So let's verify. Why is the crisis in Ukraine affecting wheat and corn prices? To find out, we went to 3 agricultural economists. Bill Hoagland from the Bipartisan Policy Center, Dr. Mark Welch from Texas A&M University, and Dr. William Ridley from the University of Illinois. All of our sources explained that both Ukraine and Russia are large sources of the world's grain supply.
Russia and Ukraine export nearly 35% of all grain produced in the world.
So if the conflict continues, Ukrainian farmers might not be able to harvest wheat and ship it out of their ports because of closures. And sanctions on Russia mean they can't sell their wheat to a lot of countries, and that will restrict global supply. But what about here at home? How much wheat and corn does the U.S. import? Well, none.
We produce more than we need, domestically.
These are global markets. So a disruption in one country is going to disrupt the global market for this commodity.
Grain, wheat, and corn, just like oil, gets measured at a global level.
Any impacts on prices and availability that you're going to see are going to spill over to U.S. markets, and that's clearly already happening.
Yeah, it matters because it's driving their prices up considerably, just in response to what's going on globally.
Add that to already high gas prices and high transportation costs, and you've got a recipe that could lead to higher grocery bills.
Welcome back. The Scream movies made him famous and professional wrestling made him a world champion. But can he make clowns cool again? When were they not cool? David Arquette joined us earlier to talk about his latest venture, Bozo the Clown. Check it out.
All of us were already talking about Bozo the Clown and how it all meant something to us, especially Jeff being from Chicago.
Right.
So we've got to ask. Right. Yeah, Bozo was super popular back in the day, and obviously a lot of us have a nostalgic pull to it. In your opinion, is he relevant in 2022? How are you going to make Bozo different from the classic Bozo? And do you think people will respond?
Oh, yeah. Bozo's forever going to be relevant. I mean, we just introduced the first female Bozo, Jozo Bozo, and the first Bozo of color. So it's a whole new time for Bozo. We've got all these really fun things happening. He's in the studio right now. So let's have some fun. Let's all have some fun. That's just a little bit of his song.
Okay, let's talk about Jozo Bozo. Why was it so important for you to introduce this new character as a woman of color?
Oh, well, it really started as Jessica, my friend, who's just this incredible spirit and just wonderful person. And she's just the best with kids. So she's just such a clown at heart. We're bringing a bunch of different Bozos together. We're going to sort of try to make clowns cool again. We really want kind clowns to start, like, taking the spotlight back. And, there's been a lot of scary clowns making a lot of noise. So we need kindness to sort of be kind, cool again, and clowns and just have some fun. Fun.
I just have to ask you, how are you going to make clowns cool? Because if anybody can do it, it's you, David. So what's your plan with Bozo?
Music, art. We're doing some stuff with Can't Stop Good Boy. And we're just doing a bunch of really cool things. We could go to bozo.com. We have a bunch of new... There's Bozo. That's when he was in Times Square. We have some amazing T-shirts. I'm doing work with Healthy Humor, which is an incredible organization that works with 15 hospitals throughout the country that just entertain the kids there that are spending some time there. And that's how you make it cool again. You do cool things, you create cool product. If you build it, they will come.
Absolutely. Listen, you've already sold us over here. I mean, you got us all in on Bozo. But let's get serious for a minute. You've been very open about your struggles with anxiety and depression. I think everybody in today's society can relate to that. So, and this is a serious question. How has the clown community helped you with that?
Well, it's really helped me sort of lighten the mood and deal with it in a way. You really need to find things to help. through that process. For me, it's been being creative, having projects that I'm really excited about, exercise, getting sleep, which has been hard during this period of time. But Bozo has one line in his song is, beware of saying mean things to yourself. Aww. It's bad for you and bad for your health, for your self-esteem, and it's mean. Repeat after me. I'm incredibly special, and kindness is the key.
I'm incredibly special, and kindness is the key.
That's
there we go.
There you go.
David.
That's great, though. That's great. That's fantastic.
Those affirmations are what is missing in our youth today. I want my daughter to watch this. I want her to sing along with you and say those affirmations. Before we go, speaking of singing, we're told that you're going to sing some lyrics from your song, I'm Not Scared of Clowns. Please, take it away.
Oh, gosh. I'm not scared of clowns. No, I'm not scared of clowns. I'm afraid of the dark and cutting through the park, but I'm not scared of clowns. Yeah. In a world where scary clowns seem to be all around, it's easy to see why you might even be scared of me.
Oh.
Or bingo. Or pickles, or hiccups, or teaspoon. For goodness sake, at this rate, you might even fear the moon. But don't be afraid of a costume, a little makeup, and a wig. Because becoming a clown is the single best thing I done ever did.
Oh.
That really was a little bit of a nervous.
That was great.
Dude, I'm all in.
Your love is contagious. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. You've been an absolute pleasure. If you want to learn, our DBL Nation, more about David's upcoming projects with Bozo, check out Bozo's Instagram at Real Bozo the Clown. Thank you so much, David.
That was amazing.
Yeah, and Real Bozo the Clown. Thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The price of oil continues to rise. On Tuesday, a barrel of oil was trading between $120 and $130. Compare that to just a few months ago in December when a barrel of oil cost $68. During his State of the Union address, President Biden told Americans that the U.S. and 30 other countries that make up the International Energy Agency agreed to release 60 million barrels of oil from their strategic reserves. 30 million of that is coming from the United States. President Biden said these steps will help lower gas prices. So the question, will the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil help reduce gas prices? Let's verify. Our source is Ray Trevino, Director of Operations for Pecos Country Operating, the Library of Congress, and the U.S. Energy Information Administration. According to the Library of Congress, the U.S. consumes an average of 20.6 million barrels of oil a day. Trevino says currently the United States produces a little more than half of that.
America produces on a good day between 12 and 14 million barrels of oil. So we still have to get that difference on a daily basis. That's where we're getting it from Saudi Arabia, from Russia, from the other OPEC countries as well.
If all 60 million barrels from the reserve were exclusively used in America and we were only reliant on that reserve, we would only have enough fuel for 3 days. The Biden administration has tapped into the reserves before. Back on November 23rd, they released 50 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserve. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, in the days following the release, the average price of gas dropped 2 cents. By December 6th, it only dropped another 3 cents.
It was so quick. They did drop and then they went right back up.
Trevino believes the same will happen again. He says tapping the reserves may put a small dent in gas prices, but not enough to justify using a stockpile that's meant for emergencies.
We'll do nothing but put another Band-Aid on a very big wound, and we will only hinder ourselves if we ever got into a serious emergency here in America.
So we can verify that no, the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil will not help reduce gas prices in the long term.
After he invaded Ukraine, Vladimir Putin put Russia's nuclear weapons on high alert. That alarmed people around the world and led to reports of people across Europe stocking up on iodine pills. But can iodine pills protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack? We'll verify using these sources. Over-the-counter potassium iodide comes in pill and liquid form, and it is shown to be useful in preventing thyroid cancer caused by radioactive iodine, especially in children. It basically loads up your thyroid with healthy, normal iodine so that there's no room for the radioactive version. But that's all it does. It doesn't prevent your body from absorbing other radioactive elements. And a nuclear bomb emits a lot more radioactive chemicals than just iodine. So in the scheme of a nuclear blast, these pills won't do much. The chairperson for the Czech Nuclear Safety Office called them, quote, basically useless in that worst case scenario. So no, iodine pills won't protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack.
What time is it? Oh yeah, your favorite time of the week. Get your phones ready because guess what? We have a new QR code for you to shop right in the palm of your hand. We're getting technological.
Yes, Al, so excited.
I am.
Check out these deals from our friends at Morning Save. Take a look. Steph, so excited for today. What do you have for us?
Hi, Tori, and hello, DBL Nation. I've got some amazing products and fabulous deals just for you, so let's get started. First up, we've got Eufy RoboVac 15T robotic vacuum cleaner.
Ooh.
I know. It operates with the included remote control or by its touch panel, which is compatible with Alexa and Google.
What?
So normally, this is $200. But we've got it for $119, saving 41%. And Tori, we've got a great deal. It's Mask Bar Exfoliating and Moisturizing Foot Treatment Bundle.
I need this.
So this deal includes 2 pairs of exfoliating masks and 4 pairs of moisturizing masks. And these are safe for all skin types.
Nice.
Normally, it's $40, but we've got it for $19, saving 53%. Now, Tori, we've got Brookstone Beauty 4-piece hair and face accessory set.
Nice.
So the deal includes 1 headband, 1 facial brush, 1 hair turban, and 1 brush. So normally this whole set is $80. We have it for $20. Yes! Saves everyone at home 75%. And last but certainly not least, we've got Tumbled Vintage Wash 6-piece extra soft sheet set. So the deal includes 1 flat sheet, 1 fitted sheet, and 4 pillowcases.
Ooh.
It's so soft, I just want to cuddle it. So normally, this is as much as $90 for the queen and $100 for the king set. But guess what, Tori?
What? Please.
We've got them for $29.
I love that. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph. QR code. Huh?
Yeah.
Still excited about this.
Stepping it up.
I want to know who's going to go up to the TV and do the scan.
I did that for the Super Bowl.
Really? I did it at the Super Bowl with that commercial. Write me in if y'all did that, because I bet y'all did that.
Okay. Gotta call my
DBL is
mom.
new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Thanks for being here, guys.
Tax season is here, and crypto has gone from only used by a select group to used by many. So it led us to this Verify. Do you have to report cryptocurrency to the IRS?
Our sources for today's Verify are Mark Stieber, Chief Tax Information Officer for Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, and the IRS. Stieber says for the crypto traders, there are 3 basic mistakes that they make. One being,
just because you didn't cash out does not mean you don't have a gain.
Second, that
just because you didn't get a statement or the IRS didn't get a statement doesn't mean you didn't have a taxable gain.
And third, just because you have gross proceeds, whether it's a sale or a conversion, you still have some deductible expenses.
But you figure out what your gross proceeds were, and then you deduct from that. Typically, there's a commission when you transfer or buy or sell. You can deduct that, and you can also deduct the basis.
Many people think I didn't get cash in my bank account, so I don't have a taxable transaction. Stieber says that is totally incorrect.
If you are having transactions where you're trading or converting currency from one to another, and if you have a gain, that's a taxable gain. If you have a loss, it might be able to be offset against another gain.
In the IRS frequently asked questions section, it states you must report most sales and other capital transactions and calculate capital gain or loss in accordance with the IRS forms. So we can verify that, yes, you do have to report your cryptocurrency to the IRS.
But converting from one currency to another, that's a transaction in the eyes of the IRS. And you do have to report that in the tax year, gain or loss notwithstanding.
Talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Seeing the war in Ukraine through the eyes of people who live there. How one woman's videos have gone viral, showing what life is like in a bunker. Jussie Smollett learns his fate. Is he serving time for the hate crime hoax? A former stripper turned congressional candidate joins us live. Why she isn't shying away from her past during a political run. And Tiger Woods is brought to tears during a Hall of Fame induction speech.
Dad, who's not here, but who instilled in me this work ethic.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No. Nope. Just stop.
Finally here, drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm in for Sam today. It's good to see you all here. I'm sure you all know that there's some really sad news out of Ukraine. It's just really very hard to start to comprehend that this is actually happening as we speak. Russian troops attacked a maternity hospital. Multiple people were killed, including a 6-year-old. Many people are calling it a war crime. It's hard to imagine, but in the midst of all this, ordinary Ukrainians who are just trying to survive, some of them are actually documenting their lives while the cities around them crumble. Many are living underground in bomb shelters, including this 20-year-old woman who's gone viral on TikTok. First, she shows what she sees outside her bomb shelter when she's able to go out, and you can see all the destruction and ruin. In this video, she chronicles a typical day in a bomb shelter. Her dad wakes her up. She uses a heat gun like a hair dryer. Her mom cooks. She gets outside for a bit just to get some stuff to take home. She also shows off what's in her bunker. So she's got a jacuzzi, which is just a tub, a place to read, her Michelin restaurant, that's her mom, some gym equipment, and some canned tomatoes. She then shows off what's in her bag, including a lot of different packaged foods items, which are all essential for life in a bunker. I could not stop thinking about this. It's almost like if Anne Frank had a video camera.
Yeah, but you know, and Tori, that kind of goes to my point. It's so interesting you say that because, you know, as we sit in this era of like now, we're seeing people take the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King and misappropriating what he said. We're seeing people compare everything, including like their dry cleaning being late, to the Nazis. You know, because there's no video proof footage, and if you don't read the books and you weren't educated, you compare everything. Oh, this is like slavery.
Yeah.
We're going to have a forever living memory of what happened, and I wonder if that is going to keep the, you know, the blowback that Russia's going to get from this. It's going to linger much, much longer because it's not just going to be passed down from, you know, verbal. It's going to be on camera. This is what you guys did. And there'll be no question about it. I wonder if that makes things different, Tori.
Yeah, social media blows my mind. I've said it in the past, just in the last week or two, we've been talking about this because we have it all documented. Like we think back to world wars and it's all black and white and it's kind of, you know, it's all distorted. This is in real time. And we have so much information as humans that it's overload, right? We can't even comprehend in our minds, like there's hundreds of people, thousands of people dying in Ukraine. We're like, oh, thoughts and prayers. We don't even wrap our head around it. But when you see a video of a daily life, and now if this woman, knock on wood, if something happens to her, we have a face and a story to put this to, which actually sinks in as human beings. Because when you're talking about everyone's this, like you were saying, everyone's that, everyone just equates it like they're playing a video game. This is humanizing what's going on, and I think it's important.
And I
it's
don't
very
think Pete Putin realized the importance. I think he thought this war would be quick, and I think social media has come in as an ally, a weird ally in this whole war. Lindsay?
And just really quickly, I think it's important that social media played a role in debunking everything that Putin was saying. He was saying we had satellite images, we had videos. So it's really played an essential role in this war. Al and I were talking earlier, and he's saying, you know, if this were 20 years ago, 10 years ago, we wouldn't have the same access to information. And so I think this is one of the times that Jeff and I can agree that social media is actually really beneficial.
Yes. Wow, let us know what you think. Great, really interesting take that I didn't think Putin knew about. Interesting. All right, some Ukrainians who are living through the war have relatives back home in Russia. So what are conversations like that, right, with those relatives? Well, One Ukrainian son told his Russian father about the war, saying he woke up after a city was bombed and escaped with his 1-month-old son. But this is how his father, remember, in Russia, responded. Take a look at this.
He told me that Russia started like a peaceful operation, and they're trying to save us from the Nazis regime, which occupied our country. And the most interesting thing was that the Russian soldiers are giving to the local people food and warm clothes. So that's the thing he saw on the TV.
So if I just have to remind you all, Putin's like a KGB old school, like he was in it, and he's an old school dictator. So Russians literally only see what he wants them to see. So is this also going to backfire? Because that's what they're not going to see it. I mean, that's a father to a son.
It's kind of to the point we were just talking about, right? I don't think Putin expected this, to your point. I don't think he knew that all this information would get out there. I say the same thing. That's why I walk on eggshells saying, let's go in there and assassinate him. I mean, then what? You're going to start taking over the country? We don't even talk about what's going on in North Korea, right? They're really isolated. They don't have internet. They can't do anything.
They don't have electricity.
Right, so at least some people in Russia are getting the message, which is good, and we kind of argued the other day. I don't think this war is going the way Putin thought it's going. And I think his people are not happy with what's going on. There are we talk about everything on the show. Now every single country is focused on Russia, and what they're doing is so inhumane.
You want to know something else? Someone wrote me and said they're watching us in Ukraine.
Wow.
On YouTube. Now, I'm not saying a lot of huge people. I'm not patting ourselves on the back. I'm saying you can get in a bunker, some Wi-Fi, and get really all the information you really need about what's really going on. But what's happening in Russia is they can't.
And I think there are people like searching for the truth, and they'll find ways to find it because young people especially are resilient. But then there's a bunch of people that have been indoctrinated. Even most recently, we talked about last week that Putin found the biggest celebrity child, put them on television to tell other children this war is all NATO's fault. This war. And so when you're starting at that level, how hard is it to come out of that lie?
Yes.
You know, as people, when we tell ourselves things over and over again, we start to believe it. That's just a human behavior. And so imagine growing up and living in a society under somebody that is a dictator in my eyes and constantly telling you lies and propaganda.
Yeah. It's such an interesting other aspect of this war. Great conversation.
You know what else is interesting? That war-torn Ukraine gets internet, and I can't get an email in here.
I cannot get a text.
Hey,
oh, man. Don't get me started.
I thought I'd end on a funny note.
I can't order. That's right. All right, coming up on DBL, Tiger Woods. Oh, this is lovely. He tries to hold back tears while getting inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. How he recalled his humble beginnings during his speech. And a former stripper who's running for Congress joins us live to share why she's not the least bit ashamed of her past. Stay tuned for that interview.
Closed captioning provided by...
This March, connect with Al, Tori, Erica, Jeff, and Sam. Oh my gosh, the real conversations are on DBL.
Man, you guys want all the smoke with these hard questions.
Yeah. DBL, all new, every day.
Never helpful. Hi, guys. We are talking about
very helpful information.
Putin. Did you guys ever see him on a Ritz cracker and it's Putin on the Ritz?
I liked it.
Nobody gets the joke. You gotta break it down.
Putin on the Ritz?
Did we do that joke?
Putting on the Ritz is an
Ellie
old.
and I get every
Putting
joke
on the
that we
Ritz, isn't it? It's an old.
Yeah, it's an old song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I
a
guess
Putting on the Ritz.
song.
You ever
gotta
hear
be
that song?
65 plus.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Like you and Al.
No, I think it was an 80s. Wasn't it an 80s song?
Putin on the Ritz.
No,
Putting
I
on
think
the Ritz?
somebody redid it in the 80s.
The artist named Taco.
Was it an 80s song?
Chris has weird information, y'all.
Was it an 80s song?
In the 80s, this guy Taco did a version.
That's the one we know, yeah.
But there is an older version.
Imagine being like, "What's your name?"
Like he did the electronic version.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't a weird video.
They like my hair.
That's good.
I
You guys,
remember that
Here's a
song.
sneak
Yeah,
peek,
thanks so
Taylor.
much.
Guys, check this out. A little sneak peek for those on YouTube. Jussie showed up late.
I
Jussie
did,
Smollett,
but-
which we're talking about, showed up late to his
'Cause it's in my
sentencing
head
hearing.
somehow.
But Jussie showed up late to the hearing, but he showed up just now with his grandma, which is, I'm sure, trying
Sympathetic.
to sympathetic points.
Because grandma knows, smack on the wrist, you shouldn't do it again.
I don't know if that's going to help.
I think it's already.
I think the judge is like, oh, he brought his grandmother.
I think
the sentencing's already up.
We talked about this, like, what was it, Amber Geiger? Remember when she was like, everybody has been showing sympathy in these cases. I feel like when they cry or do something, this is he's not going to cry because he feels like he's innocent.
Well, he keeps tripling down.
But his grandma will.
Yeah, but if he had accepted that this was a hoax when he was convicted and said, I'm sorry, I think that we would give him a second. I don't know. I just think tripling down was the wrong move.
How come those brothers aren't more famous?
You love those brothers.
What's up with that?
Why do you love
Nigerian But why aren't they more famous? They blew the whole case open.
But they were still involved in it.
Where is
They're still bad
But they
guys.
came clean. They should be like, hey, you guys look great, and get their muscle things going.
Shouldn't there be a documentary?
What's a muscle thing?
Get promote your website or something.
You gotta put it in context. Empire was getting a little niche as this.
Welcome back. All right, for a few years now, and it feels like since we began DBL, we've been following the story of Jussie Smollett. Today, Jussie will learn his sentence and if he's going to prison. Now, if you remember, he was convicted on 5 felony counts of disorderly conduct for lying to police. Each count could carry up to 3 years, but experts are saying he may not get any time in prison. So just an update as we are taping right now. He was a little late to the sentencing hearing. He's just shown up.
How does that happen?
How does that happen? He showed up, though, with his grandma with him, which I'm sure is to get some sympathy points. Lindsay, what do you think about all this? Should he get prison time?
I don't think he should get prison time. I think we need to just let that go. I think Chicago has this vendetta against him. Obviously, they're like, you embarrassed us, now we're going to embarrass you. I don't know if putting him in jail for, 15 years, if he gets all three years for every single crime.
Counts, yep.
You know, that's ridiculous. I just think he's been embarrassed. He needs to pay all these fines. I'm seeing hundreds of thousands of dollars in the numbers coming up of fines that he can owe to pay back the city. I think that that's enough. And Jeff always talks about how many communities that he offended. But I think all those communities are not even, they're just like, you're an idiot and just done with this. Like, we've been talking about this for years. People are done with this, and Chicago has a lot of things they should spend money on other than putting this man behind bars.
Jeff?
But I think he needs to be made an example of, for sure. Not only did he just offend a couple people, our country is like this close to going, I'm using a grand term here, civil war. We're not going to civil war, but it seems like it. Right, yeah, exactly. It seems like it on social media, right?
Absolutely.
If that's your world, we're going to war on social media. But he pulled all the strings. He talked about white versus black. He talked about gay versus straight. He even talked about red versus blue, Democratic Party, which was huge. He said MAGA did this, right? And at that time, you bring up Trump. It's so controversial, so you want to fight about that. And he took all those strings and then put it around his neck to represent some sort of slavery issue. That's terribly wrong, and you need to be punished like that. It's already a problem in this country already. We're trying to right that wrong. But if you put fuel on that fire, you need to be made an example of. Jail time, I don't know about. Maybe a couple pictures of him picking up garbage, community service. Chicago's happy. Everyone moves on, right?
Such said like a Chicagoan.
I feel like Jeff has the best opinion about this. It's just like from beginning to end, he's like, this is what
all they want is that picture of him with the vest on, and then they're done.
Yeah, and then we're done.
Yeah, I have to just let you know also, Samuel Jackson and his wife has written a letter of hoping for leniency to the judge on behalf of Jussie.
Why?
Wow.
I don't know. They must be friendly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't like.
Aren't you going to have your friends back?
Yeah, but I have my friends back even though I know they're
like, you were wrong. Yeah, but
I love Al, but if Al does something wrong, I'm not going to say I'm going to write a letter to the judge on his behalf, knowing
he doesn't go to
that
jail?
he was wrong.
I think that's
wrong what Samuel Jackson did.
I think it's harder to write that letter, Jeff and Lindsay, because he hasn't really answered if he did it.
He tripled down. He did answer.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm.
Al, if you were wrong and you walked into court like Conor McGregor, I'd be like, buddy, I can't write you this letter.
Right. It seems like he never really had his moment of just like, I'm sorry I did this, because I think people were waiting for him to do that and they're ready to start accepting him back. But if he's going to quadruple down, here we are.
Yeah, that's sort of what I agree with you guys too at that point. All right, let us know what you guys think on YouTube and our app. Great discussion, and we'll see what happens. We'll try to keep you updated as it happens. Coming up on DBL, meet a woman who is running for Congress and very upfront about her stripper past. She joins us live to tell us why she refuses to be ashamed. Stay tuned.
This was
Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues to cause prices for goods to skyrocket. So let's verify. Why is the crisis in Ukraine affecting wheat and corn prices? To find out, we went to 3 agricultural economists. Bill Hoagland from the Bipartisan Policy Center, Dr. Mark Welch from Texas A&M University, and Dr. William Ridley from the University of Illinois. All of our sources explained that both Ukraine and Russia are large sources of the world's grain supply.
Russia and Ukraine export nearly 35% of all grain produced in the world.
So if the conflict continues, Ukrainian farmers might not be able to harvest wheat and ship it out of their ports because of closures, and sanctions on Russia mean they can't sell their wheat to a lot of countries, and that will restrict global supply. But what about here at home? How much wheat and corn does the U.S. import? Well, none.
We produce more than we need, domestically.
These are global markets. So a disruption in one country is going to disrupt the global market for this commodity.
Grain, wheat, and corn, just like oil, gets measured at a global level.
Any impacts on prices and availability that you're going to see are going to spill over to U.S. markets, and that's clearly already happening.
Yeah, it matters because it's driving their prices up considerably, just in response to what's going on globally.
Add that to already high gas prices and high transportation costs, and you've got a recipe that could lead to higher grocery bills. Welcome back. All right, our next guest is not your ordinary candidate running for Congress. On one hand, she's a public health researcher who is advocating for social, racial, economic, and environmental justice. But on the other hand, she was a former stripper, and she says that makes her uniquely qualified. Please welcome Alexandra Hunt. Welcome. So good to see you. Thank you for coming on here. Alexandra, can you talk to us about your decision to come out publicly with your past that so many in Congress we've seen and otherwise in politics have tried to hide? You've been very open about it.
Yes, well, I had two reasons for really being so forthcoming with my past. One is that I didn't want it to be dragged out of the closet and used against me and potentially derail our campaign as we built it. And the other reason was I was in community with sex workers, and when I told them that I was preparing to run for office, they said, please don't leave us behind. And I think to fall silent on a community is to be harmful. So I decided to lead with it. Wow. And here we are.
So, Alexandra, to put it frankly, what has the reaction been? And what has been the worst criticism that you've received personally?
Well, the reaction's been really mixed. There have been some people who really commend me for being brave and for stepping forward with such vulnerability and honesty. And then there has been an onslaught of disgusting commentary, honestly, through all different facets into the campaign. And I think the worst is really subjective. And so I would say that the worst thing I've heard is when I'm told that I can't be a good role model for young girls because of this piece of my past.
So, Alexandra, let me follow that up, because I always focus, I try to focus on the future. I write my goals out. I always try to be positive. How do you put your past behind you? Because everybody has a past, whether they like to admit it or not, and focus on your goals in the future.
Well, I think that I'm doing that. I'm using it to move forward to the future that I want to be a part of, which is where sex workers are not shamed or criminalized for things that they are doing currently to make an honest living, or in their past to make an honest living.
Well said. When you decided to come forward and share your story, obviously you knew there were going to be critics. So how do you respond to people who specifically feel that you shouldn't be in a position of power and influence because of your past?
I think we froze a little bit.
Are we back? Hold on, we're just getting some technical difficulties. Do we have her, guys, or no?
I can hear you.
Okay, so you want me to ask again, or you got the question?
I heard you, yes. Okay. I think that people have their own biases, and it's something that we need to push forward with, and that's been something I've been trying to do on this campaign trail. And it really, all I've done is work to pay my bills, and the decisions that I make of what sort of field I want to go into is not really anyone's business or place to judge. And on the campaign trail, we've been running a fully grassroots campaign. We're not taking any corporate money. So I think that there's really a double standard here of where people get their money from and how I'm criticized for making an honest living. But whereas someone like my opponent isn't criticized for taking corporate money and then catering to his corporate donors in Congress.
I like that. I like that answer.
Yeah, I felt like there needed to be a pause there. That was really outstanding. And, you know, as I listen to this, it just seems so unfair that everything that is said about you, it starts with, oh, she was a stripper. Like that's inconsequential to me, but I think what will really resonate with people is if they understood your story. So can you talk to us about where you come from, what made you decide to become a stripper, and more importantly, to run for office?
Well, I come from, both my parents were teachers. One of them still is, one of them is retired. And so I come from a family that's very much centered around education and young people growing into opportunity through education. And that was something that I always saw as part of my future, was attending college and then potentially higher education, because I'm a curious person and a forever learner. And the way that our education system is set up in this country, it's very expensive to pursue that. And I love my parents, and I'm so proud of them for giving their career to teaching. But that doesn't mean that they made a hefty income. And so I had to take out loans, and also had to figure out how to pay for housing and for food and for books on the side. And so in doing that, I started to look into ways that I could make good money while also being a full-time college student. And that was through stripping. So I decided to work at a strip club while I was in school.
And legal, may I remind everyone.
I just want to say this. What does it say about your society where two teachers can't afford to send their kid to college? Interesting.
Well said, Al. Now, if any voters in Philadelphia are watching, first of all, hi, thank you for watching. But we really want to give this chance to give Alexandra the floor. So what is it you want to say to those voters, your constituents or future constituents? Go ahead.
I want them to know that we are deserving of representatives who show up for us and really fight for our needs. That's not what we currently have. We're not getting enough resources out of the government. And that's what this whole campaign is pushing for, is to get more resources into our district and into our city, because we need it and we deserve it. And that if you are living in the shadows, this is your call-in. And that we're fighting to pull you into the light. And I hope that you will join our campaign and either give a contribution or volunteer or vote for me on May 17th, and that we can build the future we want to see together.
Wow. Well said. I got to be honest, the DBL Nation's like, if I could vote for her, I would. So, guys, if you want more information and to give a donation.
And also what people can do if they're not in their district.
Exactly. What you can do, go ahead to huntforcongress.com, which is a really cool website in itself. You know what I mean? I just wanted to say that on the side. Thank you so much for being honest. I know you might not know this, but it's a bit of a pioneering thing that you're doing. It's breaking a wall down. And whether you believe it or not, it's a brave thing you're doing. So thank you for being on the show. And we really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The price of oil continues to rise. On Tuesday, a barrel of oil was trading between $120 and $130. Compare that to just a few months ago in December, when a barrel of oil cost $68. During his State of the Union address, President Biden told Americans that the U.S. and 30 other countries that make up the International Energy Agency agreed to release 60 million barrels of oil from their strategic reserves. 30 million of that is coming from the United States. President Biden said these steps will help lower gas prices. So the question, will the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil help reduce gas prices? Let's verify. Our source is Ray Trevino, Director of Operations for Pecos Country Operating, the Library of Congress, and the U.S. Energy Information Administration. According to the Library of Congress, the U.S. consumes an average of 20.6 million barrels of oil a day. Trevino says currently the United States produces a little more than half of that.
America produces on a good day between 12 and 14 million barrels of oil.
So we still have to get that difference on a daily basis. That's where we're getting it from Saudi Arabia, from Russia, from the other OPEC countries as well.
If all 60 million barrels from the reserve were exclusively used in America and we were only reliant on that reserve, we would only have enough fuel for 3 days. The Biden administration has tapped into the reserves before. Back on November 23rd, they released 50 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserve. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, in the days following the release, the average price of gas dropped 2 cents. By December 6th, it only dropped another 3 cents.
It was so quick. They did drop and then they went right back up.
Trevino believes the same will happen again. He says tapping the reserves may put a small dent in gas prices, but not enough to justify using a stockpile that's meant for emergencies.
We'll do nothing but put another Band-Aid on a very big wound, and we will only hinder ourselves if we ever got into a serious emergency here in America.
So we can verify that no, the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil will not help reduce gas prices in the long term.
After he invaded Ukraine, Vladimir Putin put Russia's nuclear weapons on high alert. That alarmed people around the world and led to reports of people across Europe stocking up on iodine pills. But can iodine pills protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack? We'll verify it using these sources. Over-the-counter potassium iodide comes in pill and liquid form, and it is shown to be useful in preventing thyroid cancer caused by radioactive iodine, especially in children. It basically loads up your thyroid with healthy, normal iodine so that there's no room for the radioactive version. But that's all it does. It doesn't prevent your body from absorbing other radioactive elements. And a nuclear bomb emits a lot more radioactive chemicals than just iodine. So in the scheme of a nuclear blast, these pills won't do much. The chairperson for the Czech Nuclear Safety Office called them, quote, basically useless in that worst case scenario. So no, iodine pills won't protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack.
We love sharing your comments. You guys are so great. Carolyn says, wow, just listening to her makes you go, wow, we really need to stop judging people based on the industries. Let's get to know people first. I really liked her. A lot of you wrote in. Lauren just said, just because you strip does not make you dumb.
She was prepared for all the questions and the comeback. I mean, if you're going to do it, if you're going to come forward with your story, be prepared for the criticism, and she was. So.
And she was very sort of like not what I expected and sort of quite humble and very.
It's just, I'm like listening. I'm like, we never talk about the fact that the parking lot is filled with dudes. All right, that they never have to answer for this.
Right.
Only the stripper, not the 500 men that are there. It's so interesting.
Bravo! I love that you said that. All right, if you're leaving us right now, you shouldn't, but you can watch the second half on the show online. Watch on YouTube, DailyBlastLive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, yeah. Here's what's coming up. Kim Kardashian's advice.
And they're not.
And they're now not. Shut up. For working women gets bashed online, why many are saying she's out of touch. And Tiger Woods gets emotional during a Hall of Fame induction speech, plus how his daughter stole the show. That's coming up next. Stay tuned.
Tax season is here, and crypto has gone from only used by a select group to used by many. So it led us to this verify. Do you have to report cryptocurrency to the IRS? Our sources for today's verify are Mark Stieber, Chief Tax Information Officer for Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, and the IRS. Stieber says for the crypto traders, there are 3 basic mistakes that they make. One being,
just because you didn't cash out does not mean you don't have a gain.
Second, that
just because you didn't get a statement or the IRS didn't get a statement doesn't mean you didn't have a taxable gain.
And third, just because you have gross proceeds, whether it's a sale or a conversion, you still have some deductible expenses.
But you figure out what your gross proceeds were, and then you deduct from that. Typically, there's a commission when you transfer or buy or sell. You can deduct that, and you can also deduct your basis.
Many people think I didn't get cash in my bank account, so I don't have a taxable transaction. Stieber says that is totally incorrect.
If you are having transactions where you're trading or converting currency from one to another, and if you have a gain, that's a taxable gain. If you have a loss, it might be able to be offset against another gain.
In the IRS frequently asked questions section, it states you must report most sales and other capital transactions and calculate capital gain or loss in accordance with the IRS forms. So we can verify that, yes, you do have to report your cryptocurrency to the IRS.
But converting from one currency to another, that's a transaction in the eyes of the IRS. And you do have to report that in the tax year, gain or loss notwithstanding.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
No.
Y'all, just
It's
stop.
finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. I'm Tori. I'm in for Sam. I'm joined by my colleagues and great friends, right?
That's
Great
right.
friends.
Right? Jeff.
Wait, she threw a compliment before we started. Now great friends?
Yeah.
What's going on
Jeff,
here?
Alan, Lindsay, it's lovely to see you guys here.
You've been drinking this afternoon?
No, I haven't.
All right.
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm
I
very
like it.
happy to
I
be
like
here.
it.
All right, let's talk with people who are not happy, the Twitterverse. They're so mad.
That was a good one, too.
Thank you.
Look at this.
All right, guys.
All right, all right.
All right.
Kim Kardashian, you might have heard, after she made some controversial comments about women in business. So let's take a look at what she said to Variety that has sparked this backlash. Take a look.
Get your up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. You
That's
have to
so true.
You have to surround yourself with people that want to work. Have a good work environment where everyone loves what they do because you have one life. No toxic work environments, and show up and do the work.
Okay, well, after her comments went viral, many on Twitter quickly pointed out how tone-deaf Kim's comments were. And actress Jamila said, I think if you grew up in Beverly Hills with super successful parents in what was simply a smaller mansion, nobody needs to hear your thoughts on success/work ethic.
I don't know about that.
Talk to me.
I don't know if you can, just because of the circumstances in which you're born, that decides what you're allowed to speak on and what you're not. So you have to be, it's got to be the same story every time, from humble beginnings. They grew up in the wood house, and now like sometimes you grow up in the mansion, but you expand or you become rich in other ways. You give your wealth away and you do things like that. I don't know if just because of how you were born, that now eliminates you from the conversation about wanting to. Now, do I agree with this statement? No, but I do agree that she has a right to speak on it.
I totally agree with what you said. I think we all start at different starting points in our lives, and we have to acknowledge that, right? Right. But I do agree with what she said, and I know, well, just to throw it in here a little deeper, we'll get in the mud with it.
Let's go.
I think this piece of advice, by the way, the way she did it and the camera angles kind of looked Saturday Night Live-y to me. So the video delivery wasn't, I didn't like it, but the message I did like. It's all about hard work. I just grew up, even in this business, you get in what you put out. What?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You put it, well.
I don't know if I said that right.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I don't know if I said that right, but you get my point. And I think Kim Kardashian is a hard worker. I think she does bust her butt, no matter where she started from. She's a hard worker. She puts in long days. She built an empire. Her mom helped build an empire. It's all about hard work, and I think Kim Kardashian does that. I think kids today, I'm going to say it, don't have the same work ethic, right? You start from nothing and you make something. Everybody wants to start at here, when they haven't even started here yet. You got to work your way up. You got to start small and have big dreams and continue to work hard through the process.
Well, talk about kids these days, I disagree. I think from what I see, the creativity of young kids, the fact that they can all get on TikTok and edit something that used to take me 3 hours as somebody who's been in media is amazing to me. That they're asking for what they want and also putting in the work and showing up to be there. I've met so many kids just working in my production company, which is small. We hire freelancers that have been so eager and reminded me of me when I was younger. I think that whole notion of millennials and Gen X being so lazy is just not true. For me, anyway, I've experienced.
I didn't say lazy. I just said.
Well, Kim said lazy.
Okay. I don't think they have the same work ethic. You know what I mean? People are like, well, how'd you get here? You were on a reality show. I acted for 12 years before I was on that.
I know,
show.
but you missed the point. Kim missed the point that how'd she get here is because she put out a sex tape intentionally also. So don't act like, I'm not saying that, but that's still part of the story. So I'm just saying that's like part of your story that you and your mom put out there intentionally, and then you say, oh, hard work built a business. No, you getting your body done builds your business, and wearing underwear saying, get this outfit with these underwear that I'm pretending like I didn't get my body done. Like, there's a lot of layers to the Kardashians.
Also, I
right?
will say this, doesn't hard work change with every generation? I mean, if this is 1915, you're working on a railroad putting out coal in the thing. It's like now you're
So we're in 2022, you're working on your body and showing where you should get these outfits to fit this fake body?
Every generation says these kids.
I said that.
So yeah, you did.
I felt super old.
And wait till your grandfather. So I do think there is a point where like hard work looks different now. Now hard work means making sure you post to your TikTok twice a day and making sure it's interesting and following trends and building your. There's just different businesses. You're not shoveling coal, but it is work in 2022.
I also think kids these days are, let's be honest, saddled with an enormous amount of debt. They're saddled with school shootings, an environment that's crumbling, a political division that no one's ever seen since the Civil War. It's not easy being a kid these days, and I think they have to work in 18 different gig economies to make it work, which is crazy to me because minimum wage has never been lifted. That's my take.
And God forbid you make a mistake or say something wrong on Twitter and the rest of your life is ruined. We didn't have that.
Absolutely.
So there is that built-in pressure.
Exactly.
This segment sponsored by Bummertown.
Also, don't forget Kim K is becoming a lawyer. And to do right by trying to get innocent people out of jail, that's a lot of hard work, too. I do think the optics were weird in the outfit.
Yes.
And the zoom-ins and stuff.
It was weird.
And
it was weird.
Courtney in the back. Yeah.
Can I be honest for one second? I know we have to move. I thought it was a picture of Courtney. And
yeah, it was so weird.
Didn't you think she was like a picture? I was like, why do they have a painting of her? And then
of every one of the Kardashians, Courtney's not the one.
I think the messenger was just lost because she was the messenger.
I think that's fair. But I think she has a good work ethic. I love you, Kim. Call me. All right, Tiger Woods got emotional last night. This is lovely when he was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. Check out what his daughter Sam had to say about her dad and the moment that Tiger got emotional.
Dad, I inducted you into the Dad Hall of Fame a long time ago. But today, I am so proud to present my dad, Tiger Woods, into the World Golf Hall of Fame.
Without the sacrifices of Mom, who took me all to the junior golf tournaments, Dad, who's not here, but who instilled in me this work ethic to fight for what I believe in.
Speaking of work ethic, I mean, this was just lovely, was it not?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, for Tiger, despite what you feel about Tiger, talk about hard work to get where he is, one of the best golfers, if not the best golfer of all time. But that aside, right? To me, the older I get, the more I just speak about family. And whatever people say about me over here or over there, or what, it's about home, right? And he had his mom there, and his daughter introduced him. Beautiful. I mean, there's no better life as a parent or as a son to have a moment like that. And it's a beautiful moment. Tiger had some adversity. He's trying to get over it. I'm proud of Tiger for this moment and for his family.
I can't wait for Lindsay, when you're getting an award and your daughter brings you up. I mean, I hope you get the Kleenex ready. I had a moment like that, and it's weird. I've never said this to anybody. My daughter, who kind of stopped playing volleyball, we were at one of her last tournaments, and I remember standing there. It was like this weird part of my life where I realized, like, I was just like, I cared about my career, but I remember standing on the volleyball court. They were getting killed. Our team was terrible. But
she's good.
I remember standing there and being like, I don't want to be anywhere in the world except right here, you know? And so like I watch him and his daughter, and it's like, that's the whole point of all of this. Like the cars and the money, and like no one cares. Like when Kobe died, he was with his daughter, you know, going to practice. It's everything. So enjoy your journey, Lindsay, with your daughter. We can't wait to watch her grow up, and she couldn't have a better mom. And Jeff, we already know you're the man.
I love this man. I love this man.
But
it shows you what it's all about, man. It shows you what it's all about.
And the thing is, like, you think you know so much, and it doesn't matter if you have kids, people to love. And I have my 106-year-old grandmother, someone to love, right? And then you see how you can develop these relationships, and you realize, like, what was all this about at the end of the day? So just seeing Kinsley, even if she just acknowledged that I was a good mom and says, you know, you didn't make me have to go to therapy so much, that will be an accomplishment. And I'll be so happy that I had the honor her to raise a beautiful young daughter. And so I know you guys are having those experiences.
And you will.
Yeah.
And by the way, we are going to show, I'm like a mess over here. We're going to show a little bit more about your, is it great-grandma or grandma?
She's my great-grandmother, Kinsley's great-great-grandmother.
Wow, we have a little video for you all, so this is a little tease for you to stick around.
I already cried once, don't do it.
Yeah, we're going to cry a lot more, so stick around and get those tissues out, really, honestly. Coming up on DBL, we're talking about which states are the most sinful. Hard turn. According to a new survey, does your state make the list?
We're going to cry about it next.
Yeah.
Closed captioning provided by
Me too, man.
And it's the only non-parent here. I felt really like, should I have kids?
Right. And that's all of it?
Yeah, so
that's all of it together?
Okay,
Your mom and your kids?
No. That's just
really emotional.
Okay, great.
And Al is usually a robot, so when he cries, it's like, I'm out. Don't you think? It's like I'm very emotional when Al cries. Al cries like a movie cries. He'll go and then he'll stop. And then he'll.
That's an old black man.
That's an old black man.
We can't really let it go. It's a bug in the system. We're gonna work that in the next generation.
And then I was, and a lot of us just have ugly cries. Oh God. So what you guys are about to see, if you don't know, a little hint because you're on YouTube, is Kinsley, if you didn't know, which is Colin and Lindsay's baby, which is both from Colin and Lindsay. Kinsley.
I never put that together.
Wow, me neither.
Okay, good. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, yeah. It's a weird thing.
Colin and
Then you're
Lindsay
like, oh
makes
yeah, of
Kinsley.
course, but it's.
Yeah.
I never
So
thought.
she meets her great-grandmother Ida, who is 106. And it's a moment that Lindsay's also a production, she owns her own production company, so they brought her camera and they documented it because this will be something you would want to take in a fire, this type of video, right? Like this footage. So we want to share it with you because it's, get ready to cry again.
I think that's another thing that's like really been slept on. You had a great-grandmother's great-grandmother-in-law that's 105.
Yeah.
Lindsay's 106. The man who I love, who my mom married, his mom is 107.
Isn't that great? We're living
And they
so
were
much
just
longer.
visiting her in Palo Alto. She's 170, like lucid and kicking.
With it.
Yes.
Wow.
It's
Like Lindsay.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Right. Yeah.
Welcome back. All right, let's change the mood a bit. Red and blue states will forever point fingers at each other, but it turns out political preference has very little to do with a state's virtuous qualities. That's according to a new study about 2022's most sinful states. I love music. Okay, so some states, I don't know why, some states are more well-behaved than others. Iowa, South Dakota, Vermont, and Wyoming, if you're out there, shout out, are the most virtuous overall, with Idaho winning the prize for least sinful state in America. It's the potatoes.
Nice.
See that?
I thought it'd be Utah.
I thought
maybe
it would
not.
be Colorado. Everybody's so sweet here.
I don't know if they're sweet here.
Seriously. I mean, then New York, coming from New York.
Too much craft beer.
Meanwhile, the worst behaved states were Louisiana.
Oh, I can see that.
Yes, second.
New Orleans.
Florida, as my mother says, Florida, Texas, California, and is it any surprise that Nevada took first place?
Those are also the most fun states.
But that's true. That's not all. The study also ranked the states of our individual vices for each one. All right, so like jealousy, that's Louisiana ranked highest and Massachusetts lowest. What about laziness? Well, Utah is the most active. There you go, Jeff. Well, Kentucky topped the list as the laziest. And who spent the most time looking at naughty websites? Rhode Island.
Oh,
I'm looking at you.
It's a small state, so it's like a weird sample size. It's like 6 people.
Yeah, there's very few
Yeah.
people.
They're all looking at it.
Everybody one time a day.
What do you think is the most sinful in your Cleveland, Ohio?
I mean, Ohio, as a, we were ranked.
What did that mean?
You're going to let her get away with
I
that?
thought someone was caught her throat, so I was worried. I was like, oh my, forget the show. We got important things
You're not
to do.
gonna let that slide.
Ohio was 19th overall, but 33rd in hatred and anger. Wow. How you measure that? Terrifying.
Let me back you up on that, because Illinois was 10th on hatred and anger, huh?
Oh,
Wow. You're right
Maybe
up
there's
there. There's a connection.
There's a connection, but go ahead.
That's going to make me 32nd in jealousy there.
Oh. All right. I thought that was interesting.
Listen, New York is #1 in vanity, and I'm offended because I lived in New York and LA. LA is definitely #1 in vanity.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I would think so. What about Manhattan, though? That's got a factor.
Well, New York has Buffalo, Long Island, plenty of other places. I don't understand how this is.
Buffalo. I mean, really?
They have deer that run into random buildings that we've seen and done on the show. And we're 17th in laziness. And everyone in New York are the hardest workers of all time, just because we have to run from the train to this and then have 2 jobs. Everybody had 2 jobs when I was growing up.
Well, say that to a coal miner in West Virginia. They're probably hardworking too, huh?
But how do you measure laziness? Because I feel like laziness isn't your job, it's what you do after work.
Yeah. Oh.
So maybe you're just sitting around after your coal. I'll be sitting around if I just mine coal all day.
That's true.
I'm lazy now?
I think that's not lazy. That's called restful, and it's called self-care, which is what I do.
I would think like winter has to play into that, right?
Fair.
So if you're inside all winter, that might be considered lazy, but what are you going to do?
As also hatred and anger, I wonder how they assign those numbers.
Just check your internet history.
Where do you guys fall on greediness?
Where are you?
New York is number 50, so I'm very charitable.
Illinois is 46.
Okay, so
we don't need much.
We don't need much.
Ohio?
And also, we're 45th, but it's like
nobody's greedy on this panel.
Like we're supposed to be greedy, right?
No.
Well, I feel like greedy's like
this isn't
stingy.
Wall Street, but you need to get your money.
I mean, we're not saying that, but we're saying you're not an avarice.
Because everyone always, back to your point earlier, and my mom texted me that you made her cry. What's the point of all the money if you're not going to share it with people, right? That's greediness for me is like, I'm just going to sit in my wealth and just roll around in dough.
A couple yachts.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't share this. That's the name of this yacht. I didn't share my money.
That's a good name.
That is a good name.
Did you have any fun facts?
So they haven't made my hometown a state yet. It's just a
so you weren't even counted? They didn't even count you guys?
No, and get this, we pay as much taxes as I believe Rhode Island, and I don't have any representation, not a senator or a congressperson. I have a delegate who can't vote. So that's called taxation without representation. So please allow DC
So you're
to
the
become
most
a
boring state.
Yes.
This is like school. It felt like Schoolhouse Rock.
You're so boring they didn't even call you a state.
You're the most boring district.
Oh,
See?
man.
Glasses half full.
You're the most boring district. We'll be right back.
Gubernatorial.
I love that word.
I like it too.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues to cause prices for goods to skyrocket. So let's verify. Why is the crisis in Ukraine affecting wheat and corn prices? To find out, we went to 3 agricultural economists. Bill Hoagland from the Bipartisan Policy Center, Dr. Mark Welch from Texas A&M University, and Dr. William Ridley from the University of Illinois. All of our sources explained that both Ukraine and Russia are large sources of the world's grain supply.
Russia and Ukraine export nearly 35% of all grain produced in the world.
So if the conflict continues, Ukrainian farmers might not be able to harvest wheat and ship it out of their ports because of closures, and sanctions on Russia mean they can't sell their wheat to a lot of countries, and that will restrict global supply. But what about here at home? How much wheat and corn does the U.S. import? Well, none.
We produce more than we need, domestically.
These are global markets. So a disruption in one country is going to disrupt the global market for this commodity.
Grain, wheat, and corn, just like oil, gets measured at a global level.
Any impacts on prices and availability that you're going to see are going to spill over to U.S. markets, and that's clearly already happening.
Yeah, it matters because it's driving their prices up considerably, just in response to what's going on globally.
Add that to already high gas prices and high transportation costs, and you've got a recipe that could lead to higher grocery bills.
Guys, what time is it? Oh, it's your favorite time of the week. So get your phones ready. That was good, because we have got a new QR code for you to shop right in the palm of your hand. Check out these deals from our friends at Morning Save. Steph, so excited for today. What do you have for us?
Hi, Tori, and hello, DBL Nation. I've got some amazing products and fabulous deals just for you, so let's get started. First up, we've got Eufy RoboVac 15T robotic vacuum cleaner.
Ooh.
I know. So this deal includes one robot cleaner with a remote control, and this vac cleans hardwood floors to medium pile carpet, so you can just sit back, kick up those feet, just relax and let the robot cleaner give you a spotless home. It's amazing. It operates with the included remote control or by its touch panel, which is compatible with Alexa and Google.
What?
I know. It'll work for more than an hour and a half before needing to be recharged. So normally this is $200, but we've got it for $119, saving 41%.
I love that, and I also want to say, hey Alexa, sorry everyone at home, clean my house.
I love
That's
that.
brilliant.
And Tori, what about this one then? We've got a great deal. It's Mask Bar Exfoliating and Moisturizing Foot Treatment Bundle.
I need this.
So this deal includes 2 pairs of exfoliating masks and 4 pairs of moisturizing masks. The exfoliating masks have natural botanical fruit extracts, and the moisturizing masks have shea butter, lavender, and tea tree extract.
Oh.
There are no sulfates, parabens, or silicone, and these are safe for all skin types.
Nice.
Normally it's $40, but we've got it for $19, saving 53%. Looking after your feet is so important.
And it's underrated, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
And this is a simple way, like you said, just to sit back, relax, and let these masks do the work for you.
Love that.
Now, Tori, this next set is so soothing. We've got Brookstone Beauty 4-piece hair and face accessory set.
Nice.
So the deal includes 1 headband, 1 facial brush, 1 hair turban, and 1 brush. So you can bring the spa to you with this 4-piece set from the one and only Brookstone.
Which I love.
Oh, yes, so this is what I love to do after the shower. So first of all, I brush my hair with the included hairbrush, and then I wrap it up with the extra soft hair turban to dry. And when it's time for a facial, I pull my hair back with the plush headband, which feels amazing.
Nice.
And exfoliate with the facial care brush. So normally this whole set is $80. We have it for $20.
Yes.
Saves everyone at home 75%.
I feel like I'm winning. I know I'm not winning because it's Morning Save, but thanks Morning Save because we feel like we're winning.
And last but certainly not least, we've got Tumbled Vintage Washed 6-piece extra soft sheet set. So the deal includes 1 flat sheet, 1 fitted sheet, and 4 pillowcases.
Ooh.
It's so soft, I just want to cuddle it. So it's available in 4 popular colors. We've got white, dark grey blush, and blue in king or queen sizes. And let's be honest, sleep, it is so precious, you guys. These extra soft sheets are made to allow perfect airflow to enhance your sleeping experience. So normally this is as much as $90 for the queen and $100 for the king set. But guess what, Tori?
What? Please.
We've got them for $29.
I love that. Summer's coming up. Nice change of sheets would be good. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You could even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
price of oil continues to rise. On Tuesday, a barrel of oil was trading between $120 and $130. Compare that to just a few months ago in December when a barrel of oil cost $68. During his State of the Union address, President Biden told Americans that the U.S. and 30 other countries that make up the International Energy Agency agreed to release 60 million barrels of oil from their strategic reserves. 30 million of that is coming from the United States. President Biden said these steps will help lower gas prices. So the question, will the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil help reduce gas prices? Let's verify. Our source is Ray Trevino, Director of Operations for Pecos Country Operating, the Library of Congress, and the U.S. Energy Information Administration. According to the Library of Congress, the U.S. consumes an average of 20.6 million barrels of oil a day. Trevino says currently the United States produces a little more than half of that.
America produces on a good day between 12 and 14 million barrels of oil. So we still have to get that difference on a daily basis. That's where we're getting it from Saudi Arabia, from Russia, from the other OPEC countries as well.
If all 60 million barrels from the reserve were exclusively used in America and we were only reliant on that reserve, we would only have enough fuel for 3 days. The Biden administration has tapped into the reserves before. Back on November 23rd, they released 50 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserve. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, in the days following the release, the average price of gas dropped 2 cents. By December 6th, it only dropped another 3 cents.
It was so quick. They did drop and then they went right back up.
Trevino believes the same will happen again. He says tapping the reserves may put a small dent in gas prices, but not enough to justify using a stockpile that's meant for emergencies.
We'll do nothing but put another Band-Aid on a very big wound, and we will only hinder ourselves if we ever got into a serious emergency here in America.
So we can verify that no, the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil will not help reduce gas prices in the long term.
After he invaded Ukraine, Vladimir Putin put Russia's nuclear weapons on high alert. That alarmed people around the world and led to reports of people across Europe stocking up on iodine pills. But can iodine pills protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack? We'll verify using these sources. Over-the-counter potassium iodide comes in pill and liquid form, and it is shown to be useful in preventing thyroid cancer caused by radioactive iodine, especially in children. It basically loads up your thyroid with healthy, normal iodine so that there's no room for the radioactive version. But that's all it does. It doesn't prevent your body from absorbing other radioactive elements. And a nuclear bomb emits a lot more radioactive chemicals than just iodine. So in the scheme of a nuclear blast, these pills won't do much. The chairperson for the Czech Nuclear Safety Office called them, quote, basically useless in that worst case scenario. So no, iodine pills won't protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack.
Welcome back to DBL. Now, as we talked about earlier, Lindsay has some incredible video to share from this past weekend, so I give the floor to Miss Granger.
Well, my 6-month-old met my 106-year-old Nana. She's her great-great-grandmother because she's my grandmother, and then my grandmother as well, Grandma Ida, who probably stalks you guys all on social media, also met Kinsley, and it was just so beautiful for them to connect. You know, when somebody's that old and still aware, every day I'm counting my blessings, and I wanted to take Kinsley home, but she wasn't able to get a flu shot until recently, and so now everybody's safe, COVID is dying down, and I took her home finally, so watch what happened. So Kinsley is about to meet her great-grandmother and her great-great-grandmother for the first time. The age difference between Kinsley and her great-great-grandmother is 106 years. Nana is 106 years older than Kinsley. Say hi, Nana. Give Nana a kiss. Hi, Kinsley.
Say hi, Jussie, man.
Say hi, Grandma Ida. And I was like hysterical. I walked in, I tried to, you try to get video, and I brought the real camera, and I ended up just on my phone because I was just like crying, and like, it was just
Walk
so.
us through your thoughts. Like, what were you thinking? I'm in shock, like looking at that footage.
Because nobody ever gets a chance to. Sometimes it's just with your parents, or you want them to meet your kid. But my great-great-grandmother meeting my daughter, and she knew who I was and was cognizant enough that when I cried, she told me it's okay. Oh. It's just like the craziest thing, and I just feel so lucky to have her.
You're gonna have that moment forever.
I know,
yeah.
I know.
Beautiful.
And I could not wait to get to New York, so we made it, and I'm happy they met.
Beautiful.
Bye, guys.
Oh.
Tax season is here, and crypto has gone from only used by a select group to used by many. So it led us to this Verify. Do you have to report cryptocurrency to the IRS? Our sources for today's Verify are Mark Stieber, Chief Tax Information Officer for Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, and the IRS. Stieber says for the crypto traders, there are 3 basic mistakes that they make. One being,
just because you didn't cash out does not mean you don't have a gain.
Second, that
just because you didn't get a statement or the IRS didn't get a statement doesn't mean you didn't have a taxable gain.
And third, just because you have gross proceeds, whether it's a sale or a conversion, you still have some deductible expenses.
But you figure out what your gross proceeds were, and then you deduct from that. Typically, there's a commission when you transfer or buy or sell. You can deduct that, and you can also deduct the basis.
Many people think I didn't get cash in my bank account, so I don't have a taxable transaction. Stieber says that is totally incorrect.
If you are having transactions where you're trading or converting currency from one to another, and if you have a gain, that's a taxable gain. If you have a loss, it might be able to be offset against another gain.
In the IRS frequently asked questions section, it states you must report most sales and other capital transactions and calculate capital gain or loss in accordance with the IRS forms. So we can verify that, yes, you do have to report your cryptocurrency to the IRS.
But converting from one currency to another, that's a transaction in the eyes of the IRS, and you do have to report that in the tax year, gain or loss notwithstanding.
What we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Seeing the war in Ukraine through the eyes of people who live there. How one woman's videos have gone viral, showing what life is like in a bunker. Jussie Smollett learns his fate. Is he serving time for the hate crime hoax? A former stripper turned congressional candidate joins us live. Why she isn't shying away from her past during a political run. And Tiger Woods is brought to tears during a Hall of Fame induction speech.
Dad, who's not here, but who instilled in me this work ethic.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No. Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm in for Sam today. It's good to see you all here. I'm sure you all know that there's some really sad news out of Ukraine. It's just really very hard to start to comprehend that this is actually happening as we speak. Russian troops attacked a maternity hospital. Multiple people were killed, including a 6-year-old. Many people are calling it a war crime. It's hard to imagine, but in the midst of all this, ordinary Ukrainians who are just trying to survive, some of them are actually documenting their lives while the cities around them crumble. Many are living underground in bomb shelters, including this 20-year-old woman who's gone viral on TikTok. First, she shows what she sees outside her bomb shelter when she's able to go out, and you can see all the destruction and ruin. In this video, she chronicles a typical day in a bomb shelter. Her dad wakes her up. She uses a heat gun like a hair dryer. Her mom cooks. She gets outside for a bit just to get some stuff to take home. She also shows off what's in her bunker. So she's got a jacuzzi, which is just a tub, a place to read, her Michelin restaurant, that's her mom, some gym equipment, and some canned tomatoes. She then shows off what's in her bag, including a lot of different packaged foods items, which are all essential for life in a bunker. I could not stop thinking about this. It's almost like if Anne Frank had a video camera.
Yeah, but you know, and Tori, that kind of goes to my point. It's so interesting you say that because, you know, as we sit in this era of like now, we're seeing people take the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King and misappropriating what he said. We're seeing people compare everything, including like their dry cleaning being late, to the Nazis. You know, because there's no video proof footage, and if you don't read the books and you weren't educated, you compare everything. Oh, this is like slavery.
Yeah.
We're going to have a forever living memory of what happened, and I wonder if that is going to keep the, the blowback that Russia's going to get from this. It's going to linger much, much longer, because it's not just going to be passed down from, verbal. It's going to be on camera. This is what you guys did. And there'll be no question about it. I wonder if that makes things different, Tori.
Yeah, social media blows my mind. I've said it in the past, just in the last week or two, we've been talking about this, because we have it all documented. Like, we think back to world wars and it's all black and white, and it's kind of, it's all distorted. This is in real time. And we have so much information as humans that it's overload, right? We can't even comprehend in our minds, like, there's hundreds of people, thousands of people dying in Ukraine. We're like, oh, thoughts and prayers. We don't even wrap our head around it. But when you see a video of a daily life, and now if this woman, knock on wood, if something happens to her, we have a face and a story to put this to, which actually sinks in as human beings. Because when you're talking about everyone's this, like you were saying, everyone's that, everyone just equates it like they're playing a video game. This is humanizing what's going on, and I think it's important.
And I
think
don't think Putin realized the importance. I think he thought this war would be quick, and I think social media has come in as an ally, a weird ally in this whole war. Lindsay?
And just really quickly, I think it's important that social media played a role in debunking everything that Putin was saying. He was saying we had satellite images, we had videos. So it's really played an essential role in this war. Al and I were talking earlier, and he's saying, if this were 20 years ago, 10 years ago, we wouldn't have the same access to information. And so I think this is one of the times that Jeff and I can agree that social media is actually really beneficial.
Yes. Wow, let us know what you think. Great, really interesting take that I didn't think Putin knew about. Interesting. All right, some Ukrainians who are living through the war have relatives back home in Russia. So what are conversations like that, right, with those relatives? Well, one Ukrainian son told his Russian father about the war, saying he woke up after a city was bombed and escaped with his 1-month-old son. But this is how his father, remember, in Russia, responded. Take a look at this.
He told me that Russia started like a peaceful operation, and they're trying to save us from the Nazis regime, which occupied our country. And the most interesting thing was that the Russian soldiers are giving to the local people food and warm clothes. So that's the thing he saw on the TV.
So if I just have to remind you all, Putin's like a KGB old school, like he was in it, and he's an old school dictator. So Russians literally only see what he wants them to see. So is this also going to work backfire, because that's what they're not going to see it? I mean, that's a father to a son.
It's kind of to the point we were just talking about, right? I don't think Putin expected this, to your point. I don't think he knew that all this information would get out there. I say the same thing. That's why I walk on eggshells saying, let's go in there and assassinate him. I mean, then what? You're going to start taking over the country? We don't even talk about what's going on in North Korea, right? They're really isolated. They don't have internet. They can't do anything.
They don't have electricity.
Right, so at least some people in Russia are getting the message, which is good, and we kind of argued the other day. I don't think this war is going the way Putin thought it's going. And I think his people are not happy with what's going on. There are we talk about everything on the show. Now every single country is focused on Russia, and what they're doing is so inhumane.
You want to know something else? Someone wrote me and said they're watching us in Ukraine.
Wow.
On YouTube. Now, I'm not saying a lot of huge people, I'm not patting ourselves on the back. I'm saying you can get in a bunker, some Wi-Fi, and get really all the information you really need about what's really going on. But what's happening in Russia is they can't.
And I think there are people like searching for the truth, and they'll find ways to find it, because young people especially are resilient. But then there's a bunch of people that have been indoctrinated. Even most recently, we talked about last week that Putin found the biggest celebrity child, put them on television to tell other children, this war is all NATO's fault, this war. And so when you're starting at that level, how hard is it to come out of that lie?
Yes.
As people, when we tell ourselves things over and over again, we start to believe it. That's just a human behavior. And so imagine growing up and living in a society under somebody that is a dictator in my eyes, and constantly telling you lies and propaganda.
Yeah. It's such an interesting other aspect of this war. Great conversation.
You know what else is interesting? That war-torn Ukraine gets internet, and I can't get an email in here.
I cannot get a text.
Hey,
oh, man. Don't get me started.
I thought I'd end on a funny note.
I can't order. That's right. All right. Coming up on DBL, Tiger Woods. Oh, this is lovely. He tries to hold back tears while getting inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. How he recalled his humble beginnings during his speech. And a former stripper who's running for Congress joins us live to share why she's not the least bit ashamed of her past. Stay tuned for that interview.
Closed captioning provided by.
Let me be.
This March, connect with Al, Tori, Erica, Jeff, and Sam. Oh my gosh, the real conversations are on DBL.
Man, you guys want all the smoke with these hard questions.
Yeah. DBL, all new every day. Never helpful. Hi guys, we are talking about
Very helpful information.
Putin. Did you guys ever see him on a Ritz cracker and it's Putin on the Ritz?
I liked it.
Nobody gets the joke. You gotta break it
Putting on the Ritz?
Did we do that joke?
Putting on the Ritz is
Ellie
an
and
old
I get every
Putting
joke
on
that
the
we
Ritz, isn't it? It's an old.
Yeah, it's an old song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It
a
gets
Putting on the Ritz.
song.
You ever
You gotta
hear
be
that?
65 plus.
Oh wow.
Like you and Al.
No, I think it was an 80s. Wasn't it an 80s song?
Putin on the Ritz.
No,
Putting
I
on
think
the Ritz?
somebody redid it in the 80s.
Artist named Taco.
Was it an 80s song?
Chris has weird information, y'all.
Was it an 80s song?
In the 80s, this guy Taco did a version.
That's the one we know, yeah.
But there is an older version.
Imagine being like, what's your name?
Like he did the electronic version.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't a weird video.
They like my hair.
That's good.
I
You guys,
remember that
here's a
song.
sneak
Yeah,
peek,
thanks so
Taylor.
much.
Guys, check this out. A little sneak peek for those on YouTube. Jussie showed up late,
I
Jussie
did,
Smollett,
but-
which we're talking about, showed up late to his
'Cause it's in my
sentencing
head
hearing.
somehow.
But Jussie showed up late to the hearing, but he showed up just now with his grandma, which is, I'm sure, trying
Sympathetic.
to sympathetic points.
Because grandma knows smack on the wrist, you shouldn't do it again.
I don't know if that's gonna help.
I
think it's already.
Al
I think the
so
judge is like, oh, he brought his
agree.
grandmother.
I think
I think the sentencing's
Okay,
already
come on.
up.
We talked about this, like, what was it, Amber Geiger? Remember when she was like, everybody has been showing sympathy in these cases. I feel like when they cry or do something, this is his, he's not going to cry because he feels like he's innocent.
Well, he keeps tripling down.
But his grandma will.
Yeah, but if he had accepted that this was a hoax when he was convicted and said, I'm sorry, I think that we would give him a second. I don't know. I just think tripling down was the wrong move.
Well, how come those brothers aren't more famous?
You love those brothers.
What's up with that? Why do you love
Nigerian
But why aren't they more famous? They blew the whole case open.
But they were still involved in it
Where
because
is
they're still bad
but
guys.
they came clean. They should be like, hey, you guys look
Where's the
great, and get their
documentary
muscle
on
things going.
Shouldn't there be a documentary on
What's a
this?
muscle thing?
Get like
You know what?
promote your
Over it.
website
No,
or
I feel
something.
You gotta put it in context. Empire was getting a little niche as this.
Welcome back. All right, for a few years now, and it feels like since we began DBL, we've been following the story of Jussie Smollett. Today, Jussie will learn his sentence and if he's going to prison. Now, if you remember, he was convicted on 5 felony counts of disorderly conduct for lying to police. Each count could carry up to 3 years. But experts are saying he may not get any time in prison. So just an update as we are taping right now. He was a little late to the sentencing hearing. He's just shown up.
How does that happen?
How does that happen? He showed up, though, with his grandma with him, which I'm sure is to get some sympathy points. Lindsay, what do you think about all this? Should he get prison time?
I don't think he should get prison time. I think we need to just let that go. I think Chicago has this vendetta against him. Obviously, they're like, you embarrassed us, now we're going to embarrass you. I don't know if putting him in jail for, 15 years, if he gets all three years for every single crime.
Counts, yep.
You know, that's ridiculous. I just think he's been embarrassed. He needs to pay all these fines. I'm seeing hundreds of thousands of dollars in the numbers coming up of fines that he can owe to pay back the city. I think that that's enough. And Jeff always talks about how many communities that he offended. But I think all those communities are not even, like, they're just like, you're an idiot and just done with this. Like, we've been talking about this for years. People are done with this, and Chicago has a lot of things they should spend money on other than putting this man behind bars.
Jeff?
But I think he needs to be made an example of, for sure. Not only did he just offend a couple people, our country is like this close to going, I'm using a grand term here, civil war. We're not going to civil war, but it seems like it. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It seems like it on social media, right?
Absolutely.
If that's your world, we're going to war on social media. But he pulled all the strings. He talked about white versus black. He talked about gay versus straight. He even talked about red versus blue, Democratic Party, which was huge. He said MAGA did this, right? And at that time, you bring up Trump. It's so controversial, so you want to fight about that. And he took all those strings and then put it around his neck to represent some sort of slavery issue. That's terribly wrong, and you need to be punished like that. It's already a problem in this country already. We're trying to right that wrong. But if you put fuel on that fire, you need to be made an example of. Jail time, I don't know about. Maybe a couple pictures of him picking up garbage, community service. Chicago's happy. Everyone moves on, right?
Such said like a Chicagoan.
I feel like Jeff has the best opinion about this. It's just like from beginning to end, he's like, this is what
all they
should be
want is
done.
that picture of him with the vest on, and then they're done.
Yeah, and then we're done.
Yeah, I have to just let you know also, Samuel Jackson and his wife has written a letter of hoping for leniency to the judge on behalf of Jussie.
Why?
Wow.
I don't know. They must be friendly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't like.
Interesting.
They
Aren't you
don't
going to
agree-
have your
they
friends
don't-
back?
Yeah, but I have my friends back, even though I
Secretly,
know
you'd be
they're
like, you were wrong, yeah, but
I
then
love
you
Al,
know.
but if Al does something wrong, I'm not going to say I'm going to write a letter to the judge on his behalf, knowing
doesn't go to
that he
jail?
was wrong.
I think it's.
I think that's wrong what Samuel L. Jackson did.
I think it's harder to write that letter, Jeff and Linz and everybody, because he hasn't really answered if he did it.
He trickled down. He did answer.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm.
Al, if you were
dancing
wrong
around.
and you walked into court like Conor McGregor, I'd be like, buddy, I can't write you this letter.
Right. It seems like he never really had his moment of just like, I'm sorry I did this, because I think people were waiting for him to do that and they're ready to start accepting him back. But if he's going to quadruple down, here we are.
Yeah, that's sort of what I agree with you guys too at that point. All right, let us know what you guys think on YouTube and our app. Great discussion, and we'll see what happens. We'll try to keep you updated as it happens. Coming up on DBL, meet a woman who is running for Congress and very upfront about her stripper past. She joins us live to tell us why she refuses to be ashamed. Stay tuned.
This was when
Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues to cause prices for goods to skyrocket. So let's verify. Why is the crisis in Ukraine affecting wheat and corn prices? To find out, we went to 3 agricultural economists. Bill Hoagland from the Bipartisan Policy Center, Dr. Mark Welch from Texas A&M University, and Dr. William Ridley from the University of Illinois. All of our sources explained that both Ukraine and Russia are large sources of the world's grain supply.
Russia and Ukraine export nearly 35% of all grain produced in the world.
So if the conflict continues, Ukrainian farmers might not be able to harvest wheat and ship it out of their ports because of closures, and sanctions on Russia mean they can't sell their wheat to a lot of countries, and that will restrict global supply. But what about here at home? How much wheat and corn does the U.S. import? Well, none.
We produce more than we need, domestically.
These are global markets. So a disruption in one country is going to disrupt the global market for this commodity.
Grain, wheat, and corn, just like oil, gets measured at a global level.
Any impacts on prices and availability that you're going to see are going to spill over to U.S. markets, and that's clearly already happening.
Yeah, it matters because it's driving their prices up considerably, just in response to what's going on globally.
Add that to already high gas prices and high transportation costs, and you've got a recipe that could lead to higher grocery bills.
Welcome back. All right, our next guest is not your ordinary candidate running for Congress. On one hand, she's a public health researcher who is advocating for social, racial, economic, and environmental justice. But on the other hand, she was a former stripper, and she says that makes her uniquely qualified. Please welcome Alexandra Hunt. Welcome. So good to see you. Thank you for coming on here. Alexandra, can you talk to us about your decision to come out publicly with your past that so many in Congress we've seen and otherwise in politics have tried to hide? You've been very open about it.
Yes, well, I had 2 reasons for really being so forthcoming with my past. One is that I didn't want it to be dragged out of the closet and used against me and potentially derail our campaign as we built it. And the other reason was I was in community with sex workers, and when I told them that I was preparing to run for office, they said, please don't leave us behind. And I think to fall silent on a community is to be harmful. So I decided to lead with it. Wow. And here we are.
So, Alexandra, to put it frankly, what has the reaction been? And what has been the worst criticism that you've received personally?
Well, the reaction's been really mixed. There have been some people who really commend me for being brave and for stepping forward with such vulnerability and honesty. And then there has been an onslaught of disgusting commentary, honestly, through all different facets into the campaign. And I think the worst is really subjective. And so I would say that the worst thing I've heard is when I'm told that I can't be a good role model for young girls because of this piece of my past.
So, Alexandra, let me follow that up, because I always focus, I try to focus on the future. I write my goals out. I always try to be positive. How do you put your past behind you? Because everybody has a past, whether they like to admit it or not, and focus on your goals in the future.
Well, I mean, I think that I'm doing that. I'm using it to move forward to the future that I want to be a part of, which is where sex workers are not shamed or criminalized for things that they are doing currently to make an honest living, or in their past to make an honest living.
Well said. When you decided to come forward and share your story, obviously you knew there were going to be critics. So how do you respond to people who specifically feel that you shouldn't be in a position of power and influence because of your past?
I think we froze a little bit.
Are we back? Hold on, we're just getting some technical difficulties. Do we have her, guys, or no?
I can hear you.
Okay, so you want me to ask again, or you got the question?
I heard you, yes. I think that people have their own biases, and it's something that we need to push forward with, and that's been something I've been trying to do on this campaign trail. And it really, all I've done is work to pay my bills, and the decisions that I make of what sort of field I want to go into is not really anyone's business or place to judge. And on the campaign trail, we've been running a fully grassroots campaign. We're not taking any corporate money. So I think that there's really a double standard here of where people get their money from and how I'm criticized for making an honest living. But whereas someone like my opponent isn't criticized for taking corporate money and then catering to his corporate donors in Congress.
I like that. I like that answer.
Yeah, I felt like there needed to be a pause there. That was really outstanding. And, you know, as I listen to this, it just seems so unfair that everything that is said about you, it starts with, she was a stripper. Like that's inconsequential to me, but I think what will really resonate with people is if they understood your story. So can you talk to us about where you come from, what made you decide to become a stripper, and more importantly, to run for office?
Well, I come from, both my parents were teachers. One of them still is, one of them is retired. And so I come from a family that's very much centered around education and young people growing into opportunity through education. And that was something that I always saw as part of my future, was attending college and then potentially higher education, because I'm a curious person and a forever learner. And the way that our education system is set up in this country, it's very expensive to pursue that. And I love my parents, and I'm so proud of them for giving their career to teaching. But that doesn't mean that they made a hefty income. And so I had to take out loans, and also had to figure out how to pay for housing and for food and for books on the side. And so in doing that, I started to look into ways that I could make good money while also being a full-time college student. And that was through stripping. So I decided to work at a strip club while I was in school.
And legal, may I remind everyone.
I just want to say this. What does it say about your society where two teachers can't afford to send their kid to college? Interesting.
Well said, Al. Now, if any voters in Philadelphia are watching, first of all, hi, thank you for watching. But we really want to give this chance to give Alexandra the floor. So what is it you want to say to those voters, your constituents or future constituents? Go ahead.
I want them to know that we are deserving of representatives who show up for us and really fight for our needs. That's not what we currently have. We're not getting enough resources out of the government. And that's what this whole campaign is pushing for, is to get more resources into our district and into our city, because we need it and we deserve it. And that if you are living in the shadows, this is your call-in. And that we're fighting to pull you into the light. And I hope that you will join our campaign and either give a contribution or volunteer or vote for me on May 17th, and that we can build the future we want to see together.
Wow. Well said. I got to be honest, the DBL Nation's like, if I could vote for her, I would. So, guys, if you want more information and to give a donation.
And also what people can do if they're not in their district.
Exactly. What you can do, go ahead to huntforcongress.com, which is a really cool website in itself. You know what I mean? I just wanted to say that on the side. Thank you so much for being honest. I know you might not know this, but it's a bit of a pioneering thing that you're doing. It's breaking a wall down. And whether you believe it or not, it's a brave thing you're doing. So thank you for being on the show. And we really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The price of oil continues to rise. On Tuesday, a barrel of oil was trading between $120 and $130. Compare that to just a few months ago in December when a barrel of oil cost $68. During his State of the Union address, President Biden told Americans that the U.S. and 30 other countries that make up the International Energy Agency agreed to release 60 million barrels of oil from their strategic reserves. 30 million of that is coming from the United States. President Biden said these steps will help lower gas prices. So the question, will the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil help reduce gas prices? Let's verify. Our source is Ray Trevino, Director of Operations for Pecos Country Operating, the Library of Congress, and the U.S. Energy Information Administration. According to the Library of Congress, the U.S. consumes an average of 20.6 million barrels of oil a day. Trevino says currently the United States produces a little more than half of that.
America produces on a good day between 12 and 14 million barrels of oil. So we still have to get that difference on a daily basis. That's where we're getting it from Saudi Arabia, from Russia, from the other OPEC countries as well.
If all 60 million barrels from the reserve were exclusively used in America and we were only reliant on that reserve, we would only have enough fuel for 3 days. The Biden administration has tapped into the reserves before. Back on November 23rd, they released 50 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserve. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, in the days following the release, the average price of gas dropped 2 cents. By December 6th, it only dropped another 3 cents.
It was so quick. They did drop and then they went right back up.
Trevino believes the same will happen again. He says tapping the reserves may put a small dent in gas prices, but not enough to justify using a stockpile that's meant for emergencies.
We'll do nothing but put another Band-Aid on a very big wound, and we will only hinder ourselves if we ever got into a serious emergency here in America.
So we can verify that no, the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil will not help reduce gas prices in the long term.
After he invaded Ukraine, Vladimir Putin put Russia's nuclear weapons on high alert. That alarmed people around the world and led to reports of people across Europe stocking up on iodine pills. But can iodine pills protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack? We'll verify using these sources. Over-the-counter potassium iodide comes in pill and liquid form, and it is shown to be useful in preventing thyroid cancer caused by radioactive iodine, especially in children. It basically loads up your thyroid with healthy, normal iodine so that there's no room for the radioactive version. But that's all it does. It doesn't prevent your body from absorbing other radioactive elements. And a nuclear bomb emits a lot more radioactive chemicals than just iodine. So in the scheme of a nuclear blast, these pills won't do much. The chairperson for the Czech Nuclear Safety Office called them, quote, basically useless in that worst case scenario. So no, iodine pills won't protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack.
We love sharing your comments. You guys are so great. Carolyn says, wow, just listening to her makes you go, wow, we really need to stop judging people based on the industries. Let's get to know people first. I really liked her. A lot of you wrote in. Lauren just said, just because you strip does not make you dumb.
She was prepared for all the questions and the comeback. I mean, if you're going to do it, if you're going to come forward with your story, be prepared for the criticism, and she was. So.
And she was very sort of like not what I expected and sort of quite humble and very.
It's just, I'm like listening. I'm like, we never talk about the fact that the parking lot is filled with dudes, all right? They never have to answer for this.
Right.
Only the stripper, not the 500 men that are there. It's so interesting.
Bravo. I love that you said that. All right, if you're leaving us right now, you shouldn't, but you can watch the second half on the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, yeah. Here's what's coming up. Kim Kardashian's advice.
And they're not.
And they're now not. Shut up. For working women gets bashed online, why many are saying she's out of touch. And Tiger Woods gets emotional during a Hall of Fame induction speech, plus how his daughter stole the show. That's coming up next. Stay tuned.
Tax season is here, and crypto has gone from only used by a select group to used by many. So it led us to this Verify. Do you have to report cryptocurrency to the IRS? Our sources for today's Verify are Mark Stever, Chief Tax Information Officer for Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, and the IRS. Stever says for the crypto traders, there are 3 basic mistakes that they make. One being,
just because you didn't cash out does not mean you don't have a gain.
Second, that
just because you didn't get a statement or the IRS didn't get a statement doesn't mean you didn't have a taxable gain.
And third, just because you have gross proceeds, whether it's a sale or a conversion, you still have some deductible expenses.
But you figure out what your gross proceeds were, and then you deduct from that. Typically, there's a commission when you transfer or buy or sell. You can deduct that, and you can also deduct the basis.
Many people think I didn't get cash in my bank account, so I don't have a taxable transaction. Stever says that is totally incorrect.
If you are having transactions where you're trading or converting currency from one to another, and if you have a gain, that's a taxable gain. If you have a loss, it might be able to be offset against another gain.
In the IRS frequently asked questions section, it states you must report most sales and other capital transactions and calculate capital gain or loss in accordance with the IRS forms. So we can verify that, yes, you do have to report your cryptocurrency to the IRS.
But converting from one currency to another, that's a transaction in the eyes of the IRS, and you do have to report that in the tax year, gain or loss notwithstanding.
Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. I'm Tori. I'm in for Sam. I'm joined by my colleagues and great friends, right?
That's
great
right.
friends.
Right? Jeff.
Wait, she threw a compliment before we started, now great friends?
Yeah.
What's going on
Jeff,
here?
Alan, Lindsay, it's lovely to see you guys here.
You've been drinking this afternoon?
No, I haven't.
All right.
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm very happy to be here. All right, let's talk with people who are not happy, the Twitterverse. They're so mad.
That was a good one, too.
Thank you.
Look at this.
All right, guys.
All right.
Kim Kardashian, you might have heard, after she made some controversial comments about women in business. So let's take a look at what she said to Variety that has sparked this backlash. Take a look.
Get your up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. You
That's
have to,
so true.
You have to surround yourself with people that want to work. Have a good work environment where everyone loves what they do because you have one life. No toxic work environments, and show up and do the work.
Okay, well, after her comments went viral, many on Twitter quickly pointed out how tone-deaf Kim's comments were. And actress Jamila said, I think if you grew up in Beverly Hills with super successful parents in what was simply a smaller mansion, nobody needs to hear your thoughts on success/work ethic.
I don't know about that.
Talk to me.
I don't know if you can, just because of the circumstances in which you're born, that decides what you're allowed to speak on and what you're not. So you have to be, it's got to be the same story every time, from humble beginnings. They grew up in the wood house, and now sometimes you grow up in the mansion, but you expand, or you become rich in other ways. You give your wealth away and you do things like that. I don't know if just because of how you were born, that now eliminates you from the conversation about wanting to. Now, do I agree with this statement? No, but I do agree that she has a right to speak on it.
I totally agree with what you said. I think we all start at different starting points in our lives, and we have to acknowledge that, right? But I do agree with what she said, and I know, well, just to throw it in here a little deeper, we'll get in the mud with it.
Let's get
I think this piece of advice, by the way, the way she did it and the camera angles kind of looked Saturday Night Live-y to me. So the video delivery wasn't, I didn't like it, but the message I did like. It's all about hard work. I just grew up, even in this business, you get in what you put out. What?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You put it, well.
I don't know if I said that right.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I don't know if I said that right, but you get my point. And I think Kim Kardashian is a hard worker. I think she does bust her butt. No matter where she started from, she's a hard worker. She puts in long days. She built an empire. Her mom helped build an empire. It's all about hard work. And I think Kim Kardashian does that. I think kids today, I'm going to say it, don't have the same work ethic, right? You start from nothing and you make something. Everybody wants to start at here, when they haven't even started here yet. You got to work your way up. You got to start small and have big dreams and continue to work hard through the process.
Well, talk about kids these days. I disagree. I think from what I see, the creativity of young kids, the fact that they can all get on TikTok and edit something that used to take me 3 hours as somebody who's been in media is amazing to me. That they're asking for what they want and also putting in the work and showing up to be there. I've met so many kids just working in my production company, which is small. We hire freelancers that have been so eager and reminded me of me when I was younger. I think that whole notion of millennials and Gen X being so lazy is just not true for me anyway. I've experienced.
I didn't say lazy. I just said.
Well, Kim said lazy.
Okay. I don't think they have the same work ethic. You know what I mean? People are like, well, how'd you get here? You were on a reality show. I acted for 12 years before I was on that.
I know,
show.
but you missed the point. Kim missed the point that how'd she get here is because she put out a sex tape intentionally also. So don't act like, I'm not saying that, but that's still part of the story. So I'm just saying that's like part of your story that you and your mom put out there intentionally. And then you say, oh, hard work build a business. No, you getting your body done builds your business, and wearing underwear saying, get this outfit with these underwear that I'm pretending like I didn't get my body done. Like, there's a lot of layers to the Kardashians.
But also, I
right?
will say this, doesn't hard work change with every generation? I mean, if this is 1915, you're working on a railroad putting out coal in the thing. It's like now you're conducting.
So we're in 2022, you're working on your body and showing where you should get these outfits to fit this fake body?
Every generation says these kids. I
said that.
So yeah, you did.
I felt super old.
And wait till your grandfather. So I do think there is a point where like hard work looks different now. Now hard work means making sure you post to your TikTok twice a day and making sure it's interesting and following trends and building your. There's just different businesses. You're not shoveling coal, but it is work in 2022.
I also think kids these days are, let's be honest, saddled with an enormous amount of debt. They're saddled with school shootings, an environment that's crumbling, a political division that no one's ever seen since the Civil War. It's not easy being a kid these days, and I think they have to work in 18 different gig economies to make it work, which is crazy to me because minimum wage has never been lifted. That's my take.
And God forbid you make a mistake or say something wrong on Twitter and the rest of your life is ruined. We didn't have that, so there is that built-in pressure.
Exactly.
This segment sponsored by Bummertown.
Also, don't forget Kim K is becoming a lawyer. And to do right by trying to get innocent people out of jail, that's a lot of hard work, too. I do think the optics were weird in the outfit.
Yes, and the zoom-ins and stuff.
It was weird.
And
it was weird.
Courtney in the back,
Can I be honest for one second? I know we have to move. I thought it was a picture of Courtney. And
yeah, it was so weird.
Didn't you think she was like a picture? I was like, why do they have a painting of her? And
of everyone of the Kardashians, Courtney's not the one.
I think the messenger was just lost because she was the messenger.
I think that's fair. But I think she has a good work ethic. I love you, Kim. Call me. All right, Tiger Woods got emotional last night. This is lovely when he was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. Check out what his daughter Sam had to say about her dad and the moment that Tiger got emotional.
Dad, I inducted you into the Dad Hall of Fame a long time ago. But today, I am so proud to present my dad, Tiger Woods, into the World Golf Hall of Fame.
Without the sacrifices of Mom, who took me all to the junior golf tournaments, Dad, who's not here, but who instilled in me this work ethic to fight for what I believe in.
Speaking of work ethic, I mean, this was just lovely, was it not?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, for Tiger, despite what you feel about Tiger, talk about hard work to get where he is, one of the best golfers, if not the best golfer of all time. But that aside, right? To me, the older I get, the more I just speak about family. And whatever people say about me over here or over there, it's about home, right? And he had his mom there, and his daughter introduced him. Beautiful. I mean, there's no better life as a parent or as a son to have a moment like that. And it's a beautiful moment. Tiger had some adversity. He's trying to get over it. I'm proud of Tiger for this moment and for his family.
I can't wait for Lindsay, when you're getting an award and your daughter brings you up. I mean, I hope you get the Kleenex ready. I had a moment like that, and it's weird. I've never said this to anybody. My daughter, who kind of stopped playing volleyball, we were at one of her last tournaments, and I remember standing there. It was like this weird part of my life where I realized, like, I was just like, I cared about my career, but I remember standing on the volleyball court. They were getting killed. Our team was terrible. But
she's good.
I remember standing there and being like, I don't want to be anywhere in the world except right here, you know? And
yeah.
So like I watch him and his daughter, and it's like, that's the whole point of all of this. Like the cars and the money, and like no one cares. Like when Kobe died, he was with his daughter, you know, going to practice. It's everything. So enjoy your journey, Lindsay, with your daughter. We can't wait to watch her grow up, and she couldn't have a better mom. And Jeff, we already know you're the man.
I love this man. I love this man.
But
it shows you what it's all about, man. It shows you what it's all about.
And the thing is, like, you think you know so much, and it doesn't matter if you have kids, people to love. And I have my 106-year-old grandmother, someone to love, right? And then you see how you can develop these relationships, and you realize, like, what was all this about at the end of the day? So just seeing Kinsley, even if she just acknowledged that I was a good mom and says, you know, you didn't make me have to go to therapy so much, that will be an accomplishment. And I'll be so happy that I had the honor to raise a beautiful young daughter. And so I know you guys are having those experiences.
And you will. And you will.
Yeah.
And by the way, we are going to show, I'm like a mess over here. We're going to show a little bit more about is it great-grandma or grandma?
She's my great-grandmother. Kinsley's great-great-grandmother.
Wow. We have a little video for you all, so this is a little tease for you to stick around.
I already cried once, don't do it.
Yeah, we're going to cry a lot more. So stick around and get those tissues out, really, honestly. Coming up on DBL, we're talking about which states are the most sinful. Hard turn. According to a new survey, does your state make the list?
We're going to cry about it next.
Yeah.
Closed captioning provided by
And it's the only non-parent here. I felt really like, should I have kids?
And that's all of it?
Yeah, so
that's all of it together?
Okay,
your mom and your kids?
No.
Wait,
That's just figure it out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great.
And Al is usually a robot, so when he cries, it's like, I'm out. Don't you think? It's like I'm very emotional when Al cries. Al cries like a movie cries. He'll go and then he'll stop. And then he'll.
That's an old black man.
That's an old black man.
We can't really let it go. It's a bug in the system. We're gonna work that in the next generation.
It's like, and then I was, and a lot of us just have ugly cries. Oh God. So what you guys are about to see, if you don't know, a little hint because you're on YouTube, is Kinsley, if you didn't know, which is Colin and Lindsay's baby, which is both from Colin and Lindsay. Kinsley.
I never put that together.
Wow, me neither.
Okay, good. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, yeah. It's a weird thing.
Colin and Lindsay
You're like,
makes
oh yeah,
Kinsley.
of course, but it's.
Yeah.
I never
So
thought.
she meets her great grandmother Ida, who is 106. And it's a moment that Lindsay's also a production. She owns her own production company, so they brought a camera and they documented it because this will be something you would want to take in a fire. This type of video, right? Like this footage. So we want to share it with you because it's. Get ready to cry again.
I think that's another thing that's like really been slept on. You had a great-grandmother's great-grandmother-in-law that's 105.
Yeah.
Lindsay's 106. The man who I love, who my mom married, his mom is 107.
Isn't that great? We're
and they were just visiting her in Palo Alto. She's 107 and like lucid and kicking
with it.
Yes.
Wow.
It's
unbelievable.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Welcome back. All right, let's change the mood a bit. Red and blue states will forever point fingers at each other, but it turns out political preference has very little to do with a state's virtuous qualities. That's according to a new study about 2022's most sinful states. I love music. Okay, so some states, I don't know why, some states are more well-behaved than others. Iowa, South Dakota, Vermont, and Wyoming, if you're out there, shout out, are the most virtuous overall, with Idaho winning the prize for least sinful state in America. It's the potatoes.
Nice.
See that? I thought it'd be Utah.
I thought it
maybe
would be
not.
Colorado. Everybody's so sweet here.
I don't know if they're sweet here.
Seriously. I mean, then New York, coming from New York.
Got too much craft beer.
Meanwhile, the worst behaved states were Louisiana.
Oh, I can see that.
Yes, okay.
New Orleans.
Florida, as my mother says, Florida, Texas, California, and is it any surprise that Nevada took first place?
Those are also the most fun states.
But that's true. That's not all. The study also ranked the states of our individual vices for each one. All right, so like jealousy, that's Louisiana ranked highest and Massachusetts lowest. What about laziness? Well, Utah is the most active. There you go, Jeff. Well, Kentucky topped the list as the laziest. And who spent the most time looking at naughty websites? Rhode Island.
Oh,
I'm
man.
looking at you.
It's a small state, so it's like a weird sample size. It's like 6 people.
Yeah, there's very few people.
They're all looking at it.
Everybody one time a day.
What do you think is the most sinful in your Cleveland, Ohio?
I mean, Ohio, as a, we were ranked.
What did that mean?
You're going to let her get away with
I
that?
thought someone caught her throat, so I was worried. I was like, oh my, forget the show.
You're not going to let that slide?
Ohio was 19th overall, and but 33rd in hatred and anger.
Wow.
I don't know how you measure that. Terrifying.
Let me back you up on that, because Illinois was 10th on hatred and anger, huh?
Oh, moving
Wow.
on.
You're right
Maybe
up
there's
there. There's a connection.
There's a connection, but go ahead.
That's going to make me 32nd in jealousy there.
Oh, all right. I thought that one was interesting.
Listen, New York is #1 in vanity, and I'm offended because I lived in New York and LA. LA is definitely #1 in vanity. Come on now.
I would think so. What about Manhattan, though? That's got a factor.
Well, New York has Buffalo, Long Island,
Yeah.
plenty of other places. I don't understand how this is.
Buffalo. I mean, really?
They have deer that run into random buildings that we've seen and done on this show. And we're 17th in laziness. And everyone in New York are the hardest workers of all time, just because we have to run from the train to this and then have 2 jobs. Everybody had 2 jobs
Well,
when I
say
was
that
growing
to a
up.
coal miner in West Virginia. They're probably hardworking too, huh?
But how do you measure laziness? Because I feel like
And
laziness isn't your job, it's what you do after work.
Yeah. Oh.
So maybe you're just sitting around after your coal. I'll be sitting around if I just mine coal all day.
That's true.
I'm lazy now?
I think that's not lazy. That's called restful, and it's called self-care, which is what I do.
I would think like winter has to play into that,
Yeah,
right?
fair.
So if you're inside all winter, that might be considered lazy, but what are you going to do?
It's also hatred and anger. I wonder how they assign those
Just
numbers.
check your internet history.
Where do you guys fall on
All
greediness?
Where are you?
New York is number 50, so I'm very charitable.
You're the
Illinois is 46.
Okay, so
We don't need much.
We don't need much.
Ohio?
And also, we're 45th, but it's like
Nobody's greedy on this panel.
capitalists. Like, you're supposed to be greedy, right?
No.
Well, I feel like greedy's
I'm sorry,
like
this isn't
stingy.
Wall Street, but you need to get your money.
I mean, we're not saying that, but we're saying you're not an avarice.
Because everyone always, back to your point earlier, and my mom texted me that you made her cry. What's the point of all the money if you're not going to share it with people, right? That's a greediness for me is like, oh, I'm just going to sit in my wealth and just roll around in dough.
A couple yachts.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't share this. That's the name of this yacht. I didn't share my money.
That's a good name.
That is a good name.
Did you have any fun facts?
So they haven't made my hometown a state yet. It's just a.
So you weren't even counted? They didn't even count you guys?
No, and get this, we pay as much taxes as I believe Rhode Island, and I don't have any representation, not a senator or a congressperson. I have a delegate who can't vote. So that's called taxation without representation. So please allow DC
So you're the
to become
most
a
boring state.
Yes.
This is like school. It felt like Schoolhouse
You're
Rock
so
for a
boring
minute.
they didn't even call you a state.
You're the most boring district.
Oh,
See?
man.
Glasses half full.
You're the most boring district. We'll be right back.
Gubernatorial.
I love that word.
I like it too.
I've never really.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues to cause prices for goods to skyrocket. So let's verify. Why is the crisis in Ukraine affecting wheat and corn prices? To find out, we went to 3 agricultural economists. Bill Hoagland from the Bipartisan Policy Center, Dr. Mark Welch from Texas A&M University, and Dr. William Ridley from the University of Illinois. All of our sources explained that both Ukraine and Russia are large sources of the world's grain supply.
Russia and Ukraine export nearly 35% of all grain produced in the world.
So if the conflict continues, Ukrainian farmers might not be able to harvest wheat and ship it out of their ports because of closures, and sanctions on Russia mean they can't sell their wheat to a lot of countries, and that will restrict global supply. But what about here at home? How much wheat and corn does the U.S. import? Well, none.
We produce more than we need, domestically.
These are global markets. So a disruption in one country is going to disrupt the global market for this commodity.
Grain, wheat, and corn, just like oil, gets measured at a global level.
Any impacts on prices and availability that you're going to see are going to spill over to U.S. markets, and that's clearly already happening.
Yeah, it matters because it's driving their prices up considerably, just in response to what's going on globally.
Add that to already high gas prices and high transportation costs, and you've got a recipe that could lead to higher grocery bills.
Guys, what time is it? Oh, it's your favorite time of the week. So get your phones ready. That was good, because we have got a new QR code for you to shop right in the palm of your hand. Check out these deals from our friends at Morning Save. Steph, so excited for today. What do you have for us?
Hi, Tori, and hello, DBL Nation. I've got some amazing products and fabulous deals just for you, so let's get started. First up, we've got Eufy RoboVac 15T robotic vacuum cleaner.
Ooh.
I know. So this deal includes one robot cleaner with a remote control, and this vac cleans hardwood floors to medium pile carpet. So you can just sit back, kick up those feet, just relax and let the robot cleaner give you a spotless home. It's amazing. It operates with the included remote control or by its touch panel, which is compatible with Alexa and Google.
What?
I know. It'll work for more than an hour and a half before needing to be recharged. So normally this is $200, but we've got it for $119, saving 41%.
I love that, and I also want to say, hey Alexa, sorry everyone at home, clean my house.
I love
That's
that.
brilliant.
And Tori, what about this one then? We've got a great deal. It's Mask Bar Exfoliating and Moisturizing Foot Treatment Bundle.
I need this.
So this deal includes 2 pairs of exfoliating masks and 4 pairs of moisturizing masks. The exfoliating masks have natural botanical fruit extracts, and the moisturizing masks have shea butter, lavender, and tea tree extract.
Oh.
There are no sulfates, parabens, or silicone, and these are safe for all skin types.
Nice.
Normally it's $40, but we've got it for $19, saving 53%. Looking after your feet is so important.
And it's underrated, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
And this is a simple way, like you said, just to sit back, relax, and let these masks do the work for you.
Love that.
Now, Tori, this next set is so soothing. We've got Brookstone Beauty 4-piece hair and face accessory set.
Nice.
So the deal includes 1 headband, 1 facial brush, 1 hair turban, and 1 brush. So you can bring the spa to you with this 4-piece set from the one and only Brookstone.
Which I love.
Oh, yes. So this is what I love to do after the shower. So first of all, I brush my hair with the included hairbrush, and then I wrap it up with the extra soft hair turban to dry. And when it's time for a facial, I pull my hair back with the plush headband, which feels amazing.
Nice.
And exfoliate with the facial care brush. So normally this whole set is $80. We have it for $20. know, saves everyone at home 75%.
I feel like I'm winning. I know I'm not winning because it's Morning Save, but thanks, Morning Save, because we feel like we're winning.
And last but certainly not least, we've got tumbled vintage washed 6-piece extra soft sheet set. So the deal includes 1 flat sheet, 1 fitted sheet, and 4 pillowcases.
Ooh.
It's so soft, I just want to cuddle it. So it's available in 4 popular colours. We've got white, dark grey blush and blue in king or queen sizes. And let's be honest, sleep, it is so precious, you guys. These extra soft sheets are made to allow perfect airflow to enhance your sleeping experience. So normally, this is as much as $90 for the queen and $100 for the king set. But guess what, Tori?
What? Please.
We've got them for $29.
I love that. Summer's coming up. Nice change of sheets would be good. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Of oil continues to rise. On Tuesday, a barrel of oil was trading between $120 and $130. Compare that to just a few months ago in December when a barrel of oil cost $68. During his State of the Union address, President Biden told Americans that the U.S. and 30 other countries that make up the International Energy Agency agreed to release 60 million barrels of oil from their strategic reserves. 30 million of that is coming from the United States. President Biden said these steps will help lower gas prices. So the question, will the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil help reduce gas prices? Let's verify. Our source is Ray Trevino, Director of Operations for Pecos Country Operating, the Library of Congress, and the U.S. Energy Information Administration. According to the Library of Congress, the U.S. consumes an average of 20.6 million barrels of oil a day. Trevino says currently the United States produces a little more than half of that.
America produces on a good day between 12 and 14 million barrels of oil. So we still have to get that difference on a daily basis. That's where we're getting it from Saudi Arabia, from Russia, from the other OPEC countries as well.
If all 60 million barrels from the reserve were exclusively used in America and we were only reliant on that reserve, we would only have enough fuel for 3 days. The Biden administration has tapped into the reserves before. Back on November 23rd, they released 50 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserve. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, in the days following the release, the average price of gas dropped 2 cents. By December 6th, it only dropped another 3 cents.
It was so quick. They did drop and then they went right back up.
Trevino believes the same will happen again. He says tapping the reserves may put a small dent in gas prices, but not enough to justify using a stockpile that's meant for emergencies.
We'll do nothing but put another Band-Aid on a very big wound, and we will only hinder ourselves if we ever got into a serious emergency here in America.
So we can verify that no, the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil will not help reduce gas prices in the long term.
After he invaded Ukraine, Vladimir Putin put Russia's nuclear weapons on high alert. That alarmed people around the world and led to reports of people across Europe stocking up on iodine pills. But can iodine pills protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack? We'll verify using these sources. Over-the-counter potassium iodide comes in pill and liquid form, and it is shown to be useful in preventing thyroid cancer caused by radioactive iodine, especially in children. It basically loads up your thyroid with healthy, normal iodine so that there's no room for the radioactive version. But that's all it does. It doesn't prevent your body from absorbing other radioactive elements. And a nuclear bomb emits a lot more radioactive chemicals than just iodine. So in the scheme of a nuclear blast, these pills won't do much. The chairperson for the Czech Nuclear Safety Office called them, quote, basically useless in that worst case scenario. So no, iodine pills won't protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack.
Welcome back to DBL. Now, as we talked about earlier, Lindsay has some incredible video to share from this past weekend, so I give the floor to Miss Granger.
Well, my 6-month-old met my 106-year-old Nana. She's her great-great-grandmother because she's my grandmother, and then my grandmother as well, Grandma Ida, who probably stalks you guys all on social media, also met Kinsley, and it was just so beautiful for them to connect. You know, when somebody's that old and still aware, every day I'm counting my blessings, and I wanted to take Kinsley home, but she wasn't able to get a flu shot until recently, and so now everybody's safe, COVID is dying down, and I took her home finally, so watch what happened. So Kinsley is about to meet her great-grandmother and her great-great-grandmother for the first time. The age difference between Kinsley and her great-great-grandmother is 106 years. Nana is 106 years older than Kinsley. Say hi, Nana. Give Nana a kiss. Hi, Kinsley.
Say hi,
Say hi, Grandma Ida. And I was like hysterical. I walked in, I tried to, you try to get video, and I brought the real camera, and I ended up just on my phone because I was just like crying, and like, it was just
Walk
so.
us through your thoughts. Like, what were you thinking? I'm in shock, like looking at that footage.
Because nobody ever gets a chance to, sometimes it's just with your parents, or you want them to meet your kid. But my great-great-grandmother meeting my daughter, and she knew who I was and was cognizant enough that when I cried, she told me it's okay. Oh. It's just like the craziest thing, and I just feel so lucky to have her.
You're gonna have that moment forever.
I know, I know.
Beautiful.
And I could not wait to get to New York, so we made it, and I'm happy they met.
Beautiful.
Bye, guys.
Oh.
Tax season is here, and crypto has gone from only used by a select group to used by many. So it led us to this Verify. Do you have to report cryptocurrency to the IRS?
Our sources for today's Verify are Mark Stieber, Chief Tax Information Officer for Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, and the IRS. Stieber says for the crypto traders, there are 3 basic mistakes that they make. One being,
just because you didn't cash out does not mean you don't have a gain.
Second, that
just because you didn't get a statement or the IRS didn't get a statement doesn't mean you didn't have a taxable gain.
And third, just because you have gross proceeds, whether it's a sale or a conversion, you still have some deductible expenses.
But you figure out what your gross proceeds were, and then you deduct from that. Typically there's a commission when you transfer or buy or sell. You can deduct that, and you can also deduct your basis.
Many people think I didn't get cash in my bank account, so I don't have a taxable transaction. Stieber says that is totally incorrect.
If you are having transactions where you're trading or converting currency from one to another, and if you have a gain, that's a taxable gain. If you have a loss, it might be able to be offset against another gain.
In the IRS frequently asked questions section, it states you must report most sales and other capital transactions and calculate capital gain or loss in accordance with the IRS forms. So we can verify that, yes, you do have to report your cryptocurrency to the IRS.
But converting from one currency to another, that's a transaction in the eyes of the IRS, and you do have to report that in the tax year, gain or loss notwithstanding.
Talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Seeing the war in Ukraine through the eyes of people who live there. How one woman's videos have gone viral, showing what life is like in a bunker. Jussie Smollett learns his fate. Is he serving time for the hate crime hoax? A former stripper turned congressional candidate joins us live. Why she isn't shying away from her past during a political run. And Tiger Woods is brought to tears during a Hall of Fame induction speech.
Dad, who's not here, but who instilled in me this work ethic.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a
sham.
No. Nope.
Just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm in for Sam today. It's good to see you all here. I'm sure you all know that there's some really sad news out of Ukraine. It's just really very hard to start to comprehend that this is actually happening as we speak. Russian troops attacked a maternity hospital. Multiple people were killed, including a 6-year-old. Many people are calling it a war crime. It's hard to imagine, but in the midst of all this, ordinary Ukrainians who are just trying to survive, some of them are actually documenting their lives while the cities around them crumble. Many are living underground in bomb shelters, including this 20-year-old woman who's gone viral on TikTok. First, she shows what she sees outside her bomb shelter when she's able to go out, and you can see all the destruction and ruin. In this video, she chronicles a typical day in a bomb shelter. Her dad wakes her up. She uses a heat gun like a hair dryer. Her mom cooks. She gets outside for a bit just to get some stuff to take home. She also shows off what's in her bunker. So she's got a jacuzzi, which is just a tub, a place to read, her Michelin restaurant, that's her mom, some gym equipment, and some canned tomatoes. She then shows off what's in her bag, including a lot of different packaged foods items, which are all essential for life in a bunker. I could not stop thinking about this. It's almost like if Anne Frank had a video camera.
Yeah, but you know, and Tori, that kind of goes to my point. It's so interesting you say that because, you know, as we sit in this era of like now, we're seeing people take the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King and misappropriating what he said. We're seeing people compare everything, including like their dry cleaning being late, to the Nazis. You know, because there's no video proof footage, and if you don't read the books and you weren't educated, you compare everything. Oh, this is like slavery. Yeah. We're going to have a forever living memory of what happened, and I wonder if that is going to keep the, you know, the blowback that Russia's going to get from this. It's going to linger much, much longer because it's not just going to be passed down from, you know, verbal. It's going to be on camera. This is what you guys did. And there'll be no question about it. I wonder if that makes things different, Tori.
Yeah, social media blows my mind. I've said it in the past, just in the last week or two, we've been talking about this because we have it all documented. Like we think back to world wars and it's all black and white and it's kind of, you know, it's all distorted. This is in real time. And we have so much information as humans that it's overload, right? We can't even comprehend in our minds, like there's hundreds of people, thousands of people dying in Ukraine. We're like, oh, thoughts and prayers. We don't even wrap our head around it. But when you see a video of a daily life, and now if this woman, knock on wood, if something happens to her, we have a face and a story to put this to, which actually sinks in as human beings. Because when you're talking about everyone's this, like you were saying, everyone's that, everyone just equates it like they're playing a video game. This is humanizing what's going on, and I think it's important.
And I
think it's
don't
very
think
important.
Putin realized the importance. I think he thought this war would be quick, and I think social media has come in as an ally, a weird ally in this whole war. Lindsay?
And just really quickly, I think it's important that social media played a role in debunking everything that Putin was saying. He was saying we had satellite images, we had videos. So it's really played an essential role in this war. Al and I were talking earlier, and he's saying, you know, if this were 20 years ago, 10 years ago, we wouldn't have the same access to information. And so I think this is one of the times that Jeff and I can agree that social media is actually really beneficial.
Wow, let us know what you think. Great, really interesting take that I didn't think Putin knew about. Interesting. All right, some Ukrainians who are living through the war have relatives back home in Russia. So what are conversations like that, right, with those relatives? Well, one Ukrainian son told his Russian father about the war, saying he woke up after a city was bombed and escaped with his 1-month-old son. But this is how his father, remember, in Russia, responded. Take a look at this.
He told me that Russia started like a peaceful operation, and they're trying to save us from the Nazis regime, which occupied our country. And the most interesting thing was that the Russian soldiers are giving to the local people food and warm clothes. So that's the thing he saw on the TV.
So if I just have to remind you all, Putin's like a KGB old school, like he was in it, and he's an old school dictator. So Russians literally only see what he wants them to see. So is this also going to backfire? Because that's what they're not going to see it. I mean, that's a father to a son.
It's kind of to the point we were just talking about, right? I don't think Putin expected this, to your point. I don't think he knew that all this information would get out there. I say the same thing. That's why I'm very I walk on eggshells saying, let's go in there and assassinate him. I mean, then what? You're going to start taking over the country? We don't even talk about what's going on in North Korea, right? They're really isolated. They don't have internet. They can't do anything.
They don't have electricity.
Right, so at least some people in Russia are getting the message, which is good, and we kind of argued the other day. I don't think this war is going the way Putin thought it's going, and I think his people are not happy with what's going on. There are like we talk about everything on the show. Now every single country is focused on Russia, and what they're doing is so inhumane.
You want to know something else? Someone wrote me and said they're watching us in Ukraine.
Wow.
On YouTube. Now, I'm not saying a lot of huge people. I'm not patting ourselves on the back. I'm saying you can get in a bunker, some Wi-Fi, and get really all the information you really need about what's really going on. But what's happening in Russia is they can't.
And I think there are people like searching for the truth, and they'll find ways to find it because young people especially are resilient. But then there's a bunch of people that have been indoctrinated. Even most recently, we talked about last week that Putin found the biggest celebrity child, put them on television to tell other children, this war is all NATO's fault, this war. And so when you're starting at that level, how hard is it to come out of that lie?
Yes.
You know, as people, when we tell ourselves things over and over again, we start to believe it. That's just a human behavior. And so imagine growing up and living in a society under somebody that is a dictator in my eyes and constantly telling you lies and propaganda.
Yeah. It's such an interesting other aspect of this war. Great conversation.
You know what else is interesting? That war-torn Ukraine gets internet, and I can't get an email in here.
I cannot get a text.
Hey,
oh, man. Don't get me started.
I thought I'd end on a funny note.
I can't order. That's right. All right, coming up on DBL, Tiger Woods. Oh, this is lovely. He tries to hold back tears while getting inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. How he recalled his humble beginnings during his speech. And a former stripper who's running for Congress joins us live to share why she's not the least bit ashamed of her past. Stay tuned for that interview.
Closed captioning provided by.
Let me be.
This March, connect with Al, Tori, Erica, Jeff, and Sam. Oh my gosh, the real conversations are on DBL.
Man, you guys want all the smoke with these hard questions.
Yeah. DBL, all new every day.
Never helpful. Hi guys, we are talking about
very helpful information.
Putin. Did you guys ever see him on a Ritz cracker and it's Putin on the Ritz?
I liked it. Nobody gets the joke. You gotta break it up.
Putin on the Ritz?
Did we do that joke?
Putting on the Ritz is
Kelly
an
and
old.
I get every
Putting
joke
on the
that we
Ritz, isn't it? It's an old.
Yeah, it's an old song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Putting on the Ritz.
You gotta be 65 plus.
Oh wow.
Like you and Al.
No, I think it was an 80s. Wasn't it an 80s song?
Putin on the Ritz.
No,
Putting
I
on
think
the
somebody
Ritz?
redid it in the 80s.
Artist named Taco.
Was it an 80s song?
Chris has weird information, y'all.
Was it an 80s song?
In the 80s, this guy Taco did a version.
That's the one we know, yeah.
But there is an older version.
Imagine being like, what's your name?
Like he did the electronic version.
That's
Yeah, wasn't it a weird video?
They like my hair.
That's good.
I
You guys,
remember that
Here's a
song.
sneak
Yeah,
peek,
thanks so
Taylor.
much.
Guys, check this out. A little sneak peek for those on YouTube. Jussie showed up late.
I
Jussie
did,
Smollett,
but-
which we're talking about, showed up late to his
'Cause it's in my
sentencing
head
hearing.
somehow.
But Jussie showed up late to the hearing, but he showed up just now with his grandma, which is, I'm sure, trying
Sympathetic.
to sympathetic points.
Because grandma knows smack on the wrist, you shouldn't do it again.
I don't know if that's gonna help.
I think it's already.
I think the judge is like, oh, he brought his grandmother.
I think
I think the sentencing's
Okay,
already
come on.
up.
We talked about this, like, what was it, Amber Geiger? Remember when she was like, everybody has been showing sympathy in these cases. I feel like when they cry or do something, this is he's not going to cry because he feels like he's innocent.
Well, he keeps tripling down.
But his grandma will.
Yeah, but if he had accepted that this was a hoax when he was convicted and said, I'm sorry, I think that we would give him a second. I don't know. I just think tripling down was the wrong move.
Well, how come those brothers aren't more famous?
You love those brothers.
What's up with that? Why do you love
Nigerian
But why aren't they more famous? They blew the whole case open.
But they were still involved in it.
Where
Because
is
they're still bad
but
guys.
they came clean. They should be like, hey, you guys look great, and get their muscle things going.
Shouldn't there be a documentary on
What's
this?
a muscle thing?
Get promote your website or something.
You gotta put it in context. Empire was getting a little niche as this.
Welcome back. All right, for a few years now, and it feels like since we began DBL, we've been following the story of Jussie Smollett. Today, Jussie will learn his sentence and if he's going to prison. Now, if you remember, he was convicted on 5 felony counts of disorderly conduct for lying to police. Each count could carry up to 3 years. But experts are saying he may not get any time in prison. So just an update as we are taping right now. He was a little late to the sentencing hearing. He's just shown up.
How does that happen?
How does that happen? He showed up, though, with his grandma with him, which I'm sure is to get some sympathy points. Lindsay, what do you think about all this? Should he get prison time?
I don't think he should get prison time. I think we need to just let that go. I think Chicago has this vendetta against him. Obviously, they're like, you embarrassed us, now we're going to embarrass you. I don't know if putting him in jail for, 15 years, if he gets all three years for every single crime.
Counts, yep.
You know, that's ridiculous. I just think he's been embarrassed. He needs to pay all these fines. I'm seeing hundreds of thousands of dollars in the numbers coming up of fines that he can owe to pay back the city. I think that that's enough. And Jeff always talks about how many communities that he offended. But I think all those communities are not even, like, they're just like, you're an idiot and just done with this. Like, we've been talking about this for years. People are done with this, and Chicago has a lot of things they should spend money on other than putting this man behind bars.
Jeff?
But I think he needs to be made an example of, for sure. Not only did he just offend a couple people, our country is like this close to going, I'm using a grand term here, civil war. We're not going to civil war, but it seems like it. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It seems like it on social media, right?
Absolutely.
If that's your world, we're going to war on social media. But he pulled all the strings. He talked about white versus black. He talked about gay versus straight. He even talked about red versus blue, Democratic Party, which was huge. He said MAGA did this, right? And at that time, you bring up Trump. It's so controversial, so you want to fight about that. And he took all those strings and then put it around his neck to represent some sort of slavery issue. That's terribly wrong, and you need to be punished like that. It's already a problem in this country already. We're trying to right that wrong. But if you put fuel on that fire, you need to be made an example of. Jail time, I don't know about. Maybe a couple pictures of him picking up garbage, community service. Chicago's happy. Everyone moves on, right?
Such said like a Chicagoan.
I feel like Jeff has the best opinion about this. It's just like from beginning to end, he's like, this is what
all they
should be
want is
done.
that picture of him with the vest on, and then they're done.
Yeah, and then we're done.
Yeah, I have to just let you know also, Samuel Jackson and his wife has written a letter of hoping for leniency to the judge on behalf of Jussie.
Why?
Wow.
I don't know. They must be friendly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't like.
Aren't you going to have your friends back?
Yeah, but I have my friends back even though I know they're
like, you were wrong. Yeah, but
I love Al, but if Al does something wrong, I'm not going to say I'm going to write a letter to the judge on his behalf, knowing
he doesn't go to
that
jail?
he was wrong.
I think
that's wrong what Samuel Jackson did.
I think it's harder to write that letter, Jeff and Lindsay, because he hasn't really answered if he did it.
He tripled down. He did answer.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm.
Now, if you were wrong
around.
and you walked into court like Conor McGregor, I'd be like, buddy, I can't write you this letter.
Right. It seems like he never really had his moment of just like, I'm sorry I did this, because I think people were waiting for him to do that and they're ready to start accepting him back. But if he's going to quadruple down, here we are.
Yeah, that's sort of what I agree with you guys too at that point. All right, let us know what you guys think on YouTube and our app. Great discussion, and we'll see what happens. We'll try to keep you updated as it happens. Coming up on DBL, meet a woman who is running for Congress and very upfront about her stripper past. She joins us live to tell us why she refuses to be ashamed. Stay tuned.
This was...
Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues to cause prices for goods to skyrocket. So let's verify. Why is the crisis in Ukraine affecting wheat and corn prices? To find out, we went to 3 agricultural economists. Bill Hoagland from the Bipartisan Policy Center, Dr. Mark Welch from Texas A&M University, and Dr. William Ridley from the University of Illinois. All of our sources explained that both Ukraine and Russia are large sources of the world's grain supply.
Russia and Ukraine export nearly 35% of all grain produced in the world.
So if the conflict continues, Ukrainian farmers might not be able to harvest wheat and ship it out of their ports because of closures. And sanctions on Russia mean they can't sell their wheat to a lot of countries, and that will restrict global supply. But what about here at home? How much wheat and corn does the U.S. import? Well, none.
We produce more than we need, domestically. These are global markets. So a disruption in one country is going to disrupt the global market for this commodity.
Grain, wheat, and corn, just like oil, gets measured at a global level.
Any impacts on prices and availability that you're going to see are going to spill over to U.S. markets, and that's clearly already happening. Yeah, it matters.
because it's driving their prices up considerably, just in response to what's going on globally.
Add that to already high gas prices and high transportation costs, and you've got a recipe that could lead to higher grocery bills.
Welcome back. All right, our next guest is not your ordinary candidate running for Congress. On one hand, she's a public health researcher who is advocating for social, racial, economic, and environmental justice. But on the other hand, she was a former stripper, and she says that makes her uniquely qualified. Please welcome Alexandra Hunt. Welcome. So good to see you. Thank you for coming on here. Alexandra, can you talk to us about your decision to come out publicly with your past that so many in Congress we've seen and otherwise in politics have tried to hide? You've been very open about it.
Yes, well, I had two reasons for really being so forthcoming with my past. One is that I didn't want it to be dragged out of the closet and used against me and potentially derail our campaign as we built it. And the other reason was I was in community with sex workers, and when I told them that I was preparing to run for office, they said, please don't leave us behind. And I think to fall silent on a community is to be harmful. So I decided to lead with it. Wow. And here we are.
So, Alexandra, to put it frankly, what has the reaction been? And what has been the worst criticism that you've received personally?
Well, the reaction's been really mixed. There have been some people who really commend me for being brave and for stepping forward with such vulnerability and honesty. And then there has been an onslaught of disgusting commentary, honestly, through all different facets into the campaign. And I think the worst is really subjective. And so I would say that the worst thing I've heard is when I'm told that I can't be a good role model for young girls because of this piece of my past.
So, Alexandra, let me follow that up, because I always focus, I try to focus on the future. I write my goals out. I always try to be positive. How do you put your past behind you? Because everybody has a past, whether they like to admit it or not, and focus on your goals in the future.
Well, I think that I'm doing that. I'm using it to move forward to the future that I want to be a part of, which is where sex workers are not shamed or criminalized for things that they are doing currently to make an honest living, or in their past to make an honest living.
Well said. When you decided to come forward and share your story, obviously you knew there were going to be critics. So how do you respond to people who specifically feel that you shouldn't be in a position of power and influence because of your past?
I think we froze a little bit.
Are we back? Hold on, we're just getting some technical difficulties. Do we have her, guys, or no?
I can hear you.
Okay, so you want me to ask again, or you got the question?
I heard you, yes. Okay. I think that people have their own biases, and it's something that we need to push forward with, and that's been something I've been trying to do on this campaign trail. And it really, all I've done is work to pay my bills, and the decisions that I make of what sort of field I want to go into is not really anyone's business or place to judge. And on the campaign trail, we've been running a fully grassroots campaign. We're not taking any corporate money. So I think that there's really a double standard here of where people get their money from and how I'm criticized for making an honest living. But whereas someone like my opponent isn't criticized for taking corporate money and then catering to his corporate donors in Congress.
I like that. I like that answer.
Yeah, I felt like there needed to be a pause there. That was really outstanding. And, as I listen to this, it just seems so unfair that everything that is said about you, it starts with, she was a stripper. Like that that's inconsequential to me. But I think what will really resonate with people is if they understood your story. So can you talk to us about where you come from, what made you decide to become a stripper, and more importantly, to run for office?
Well, I come from, both my parents were teachers. One of them still is, one of them is retired. And so I come from a family that's very much centered around education and young people growing into opportunity through education. And that was something that I always saw as part of my future, was attending college and then potentially higher education, because I'm a curious person and a forever learner. And the way that our education system is set up in this country, it's very expensive to pursue that. And I love my parents, and I'm so proud of them for giving their career to teaching. But that doesn't mean that they made a hefty income. And so I had to take out loans, and also had to figure out how to pay for housing and for food and for books on the side. And so in doing that, I started to look into ways that I could make good money while also being a full-time college student. And that was through stripping. So I decided to work at a strip club while I was in school.
And legal, may I remind everyone.
I just want to say this. What does it say about your society where two teachers can't afford to send their kid to college? Interesting.
Well said, Al. Now, if any voters in Philadelphia are watching, first of all, hi, thank you for watching. But we really want to give this chance to give Alexandra the floor. So what is it you want to say to those voters, your constituents or future constituents? Go ahead.
I want them to know that we are deserving of representatives who show up for us and really fight for our needs. That's not what we currently have. We're not getting enough resources out of the government. And that's what this whole campaign is pushing for, is to get more resources into our district and into our city, because we need it and we deserve it. And that if you are living in the shadows, this is your call-in. And that we're fighting to pull you into the light. And I hope that you will join our campaign and either give a contribution or volunteer or vote for me on May 17th, and that we can build the future we want to see together.
Wow. Well said. I got to be honest, the DBL Nation's like, if I could vote for her, I would. So, guys, if you want more information and to give a donation.
And also what people can do if they're not in their district.
Exactly. What you can do, go ahead to huntforcongress.com, which is a really cool website in itself. You know what I mean? I just wanted to say that on the side. Thank you so much for being honest. I know you might not know this, but it's a bit of a pioneering thing that you're doing. It's breaking a wall down. And whether you believe it or not, it's a brave thing you're doing. So thank you for being on the show. And we really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The price of oil continues to rise. On Tuesday, a barrel of oil was trading between $120 and $130. Compare that to just a few months ago in December, when a barrel of oil cost $68. During his State of the Union address, President Biden told Americans that the U.S. and 30 other countries that make up the International Energy Agency agreed to release 60 million barrels of oil from their strategic reserves. 30 million of that is coming from the United States. President Biden said these steps will help lower gas prices. So the question, will the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil help reduce gas prices? Let's verify. Our source is Ray Trevino, Director of Operations for Pecos Country Operating, the Library of Congress, and the U.S. Energy Information Administration. According to the Library of Congress, the U.S. consumes an average of 20.6 million barrels of oil a day. Trevino says currently the United States produces a little more than half of that.
America produces on a good day between 12 and 14 million barrels of oil. So we still have to get that difference on a daily basis. That's where we're getting it from Saudi Arabia, from Russia, from the other OPEC countries as well.
If all 60 million barrels from the reserve were exclusively used in America and we were only reliant on that reserve, we would only have enough fuel for 3 days. The Biden administration has tapped into the reserves before. Back on November 23rd, they released 50 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserve. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, in the days following the release, the average price of gas dropped 2 cents. By December 6th, it only dropped another 3 cents.
It was so quick. They did drop, and then they went right back up.
Trevino believes the same will happen again. He says tapping the reserves may put a small dent in gas prices, but not enough to justify using a stockpile that's meant for emergencies.
We'll do nothing but put another Band-Aid on a very big wound, and we will only hinder ourselves if we ever got into a serious emergency here in America.
So we can verify that no, the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil will not help reduce gas prices in the long term.
After he invaded Ukraine, Vladimir Putin put Russia's nuclear weapons on high alert. That alarmed people around the world and led to reports of people across Europe stocking up on iodine pills. But can iodine pills protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack? We'll verify using these sources. Over-the-counter potassium iodide comes in pill and liquid form, and it is shown to be useful in preventing thyroid cancer caused by radioactive iodine, especially in children. It basically loads up your thyroid with healthy, normal iodine so that there's no room for the radioactive version. But that's all it does. It doesn't prevent your body from absorbing other radioactive elements. And a nuclear bomb emits a lot more radioactive chemicals than just iodine. So in the scheme of a nuclear blast, these pills won't do much. The chairperson for the Czech Nuclear Safety Office called them, quote, basically useless in that worst case scenario. So no, iodine pills won't protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack.
We love sharing your comments. You guys are so great. Carolyn says, wow, just listening to her makes you go, wow, we really need to stop judging people based on the industries. Let's get to know people first. I really liked her. A lot of you wrote in. Lauren just said, just because you strip does not make you dumb.
She was prepared for all the questions and the comeback. I mean, if you're going to do it, if you're going to come forward with your story, be prepared for the criticism, and she was. So.
And she was very sort of like not what I expected and sort of quite humble and very.
It's just, I'm like listening. I'm like, we never talk about the fact that the parking lot is filled with dudes. All right, that they never have to answer for this.
Right.
Only the stripper, not the 500 men that are there. It's so interesting.
Bravo! I love that you said that. All right, if you're leaving us right now, you shouldn't, but you can watch the second half on the show online. Watch on YouTube, DailyBlastLive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, yeah. Here's what's coming up. Kim Kardashian's advice.
And they're not.
And they're now not. Shut up. For working women gets bashed online, why many are saying she's out of touch. And Tiger Woods gets emotional during a Hall of Fame induction speech, plus how his daughter stole the show. That's coming up next. Stay tuned.
Tax season is here, and crypto has gone from only used by a select group to used by many. So it led us to this Verify. Do you have to report cryptocurrency to the IRS? Our sources for today's Verify are Mark Stieber, Chief Tax Information Officer for Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, and the IRS. Stieber says for the crypto traders, there are 3 basic mistakes that they make. One being,
just because you didn't cash out does not mean you don't have a gain.
Second, that
just because you didn't get a statement or the IRS didn't get a statement doesn't mean you didn't have a taxable gain.
And third, just because you have gross proceeds, whether it's a sale or a conversion, you still have some deductible expenses.
But you figure out what your gross proceeds were, and then you deduct from that. Typically there's a commission when you transfer or buy or sell. You can deduct that, and you can also deduct the basis.
Many people think I didn't get cash in my bank account, so I don't have a taxable transaction. Stieber says that is totally incorrect.
If you are having transactions where you're trading or converting currency from one to another, and if you have a gain, that's a taxable gain. If you have a loss, it might be able to be offset against another gain.
In the IRS frequently asked questions section, it states you must report most sales and other capital transactions and calculate capital gain or loss in accordance with the IRS forms. So we can verify that, yes, you do have to report your cryptocurrency to the IRS.
But converting from one currency to another, that's a transaction in the eyes of the IRS, and you do have to report that in the tax year. gain or loss notwithstanding.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No. No.
Y'all,
Just
it's
stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. I'm Tori. I'm in for Sam. I'm joined by my colleagues and great friends, right?
That's
great
right.
friends.
Right? Jeff.
Wait, she threw a compliment before we started. Now great friends?
Yeah.
What's going on
Jeff,
here?
Alan, Lindsay, it's lovely to see you guys here.
You've been drinking this afternoon?
No, I haven't.
All right.
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm very happy to be here. All right, let's talk with people who are not happy, the Twitterverse. They're so mad.
That was a good one, too.
Thank you.
Look at this.
All right, guys.
All right.
Kim Kardashian, you might have heard, after she made some controversial comments about women in business. So let's take a look at what she said to Variety that has sparked this backlash. Take a look.
Get your up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. You
That's
have to
so true.
You have to surround yourself with people that want to work. Have a good work environment where everyone loves what they do because you have one life. No toxic work environments, and show up and do the work.
Okay, well, after her comments went viral, many on Twitter quickly pointed out how tone-deaf Kim's comments were. And actress Jamila said, I think if you grew up in Beverly Hills with super successful parents in what was simply a smaller mansion, nobody needs to hear your thoughts on success/work ethic.
I don't know about that.
Talk to me.
I don't know if you can, just because of the circumstances in which you're born, that decides what you're allowed to speak on and what you're not. So you have to be, it's got to be the same story every time, from humble beginnings. They grew up in the wood house, and now sometimes you grow up in the mansion, but you expand, or you become rich in other ways. You give your wealth away and you do things like that. I don't know if just because of how you were born, that now eliminates you from the conversation about wanting to. Now, do I agree with this statement? No, but I do agree that she has a right to speak on it.
I totally agree with what you said. I think we all start at different starting points in our lives, and we have to acknowledge that, right? Right. But I do agree with what she said, and I know, just to throw it in here a little deeper, we'll get in the mud with it.
Let's go.
I think this piece of advice, by the way, the way she did it and the camera angles kind of looked Saturday Night Live-y to me. So the video delivery wasn't, I didn't like it, but the message I did like. It's all about hard work. I just grew up, even in this business, you get in what you put out. What?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You put it, well.
I don't know if I said that right.
Let's move on. Yeah.
I don't know if I said that right, but you get my point. And I think Kim Kardashian is a hard worker. I think she does bust her butt. No matter where she started from, she's a hard worker. She puts in long days. She built an empire. Her mom helped build an empire. It's all about hard work. And I think Kim Kardashian does that. I think kids today, I'm going to say it, don't have the same work ethic, right? You start from nothing and you make something. Everybody wants to start at here, when they haven't even started here yet. You got to work your way up. You got to start small and have big dreams and continue to work hard through the process.
Well, talk about kids these days, I disagree. I think from what I see, the creativity of young kids, the fact that they can all get on TikTok and edit something that used to take me 3 hours as somebody who's been in media is amazing to me. That they're asking for what they want and also putting in the work and showing up to be there. I've met so many kids just working in my production company, which is small. We hire freelancers that have been so eager and reminded me of me when I was younger. I think that whole notion of millennials and Gen X being so lazy is just not true. For me, anyway, I've experienced.
I didn't say lazy. I just said.
Well, Kim said lazy.
Okay. I don't think they have the same work ethic. You know what I mean? People are like, well, how'd you get here? You were on a reality show. I acted for 12 years before I was on that.
I know,
show.
but you missed the point. Kim missed the point that how'd she get here is because she put out a sex tape intentionally also. So don't act like, I'm not saying that, but that's still part of the story. So I'm just saying that's like part of your story that you and your mom put out there intentionally. And then you say, oh, hard work build a business. No, you getting your body done builds your business, and wearing underwear saying, get this outfit with these underwear that I'm pretending like I didn't get my body done. Like, there's a lot of layers to the Kardashians.
Also, I
right?
will say this, doesn't hard work change with every generation? I mean, if this is 1915, you're working on a railroad putting out coal in the thing. It's like now you're conducting.
So we're in 2022, you're working on your body and showing where you should get these outfits to fit this fake body?
Every generation says these kids.
I said that.
So, yeah, you did.
I felt super old.
And wait till your grandfather. So I do think there is a point where like hard work looks different now. Now hard work means making sure you post to your TikTok twice a day and making sure it's interesting and following trends and building your. There's just different businesses. You're not shoveling coal, but it is work in 2022.
I also think kids these days are, let's be honest, saddled with an enormous amount of debt. They're saddled with school shootings, an environment that's crumbling, a political division that no one's ever seen since the Civil War. It's not easy being a kid these days, and I think they have to work in 18 different gig economies to make it work, which is crazy to me because minimum wage has never been lifted. That's my take.
And God forbid you make a mistake or say something wrong on Twitter and the rest of your life is ruined. We didn't have that.
Absolutely.
So there is that built-in pressure.
Exactly.
This segment sponsored by Bummertown.
Also, don't forget Kim K is becoming a lawyer. And to do right by trying to get innocent people out of jail, that's a lot of hard work, too. I do think the optics were weird in the outfit.
Yes.
And the zoom-ins and stuff.
It was weird.
And
it was weird.
Courtney in the back. Yeah.
Can I be honest for one second? I know we have to move. I thought it was a picture of Courtney. And
yeah, it was so weird.
Didn't you think she was like a picture? I was like, why do they have a painting of her? And
of every one of the Kardashians, Courtney's not the one.
I think the messenger was just lost because she was the messenger.
I think that's fair. But I think she has a good work ethic. I love you, Kim. Call me. All right, Tiger Woods got emotional last night. This is lovely when he was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. Check out what his daughter Sam had to say about her dad and the moment that Tiger got emotional.
Dad, I inducted you into the Dad Hall of Fame a long time ago. But today, I am so proud to present my dad, Tiger Woods, into the World Golf Hall of Fame.
Without the sacrifices of Mom, who took me all to the future golf tournaments, Dad, who's not here, but who instilled in me this work ethic to fight for what I believe in.
Speaking of work ethic, I mean, this was just lovely, was it not?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, for Tiger, despite what you feel about Tiger, talk about hard work to get where he is, one of the best golfers, if not the best golfer of all time. But that aside, right? To me, the older I get, the more I just speak about family. And whatever people say about me over here or over there, or what, it's about home, right? And he had his mom there, and his daughter introduced him. Beautiful. I mean, there's no better life as a parent or as a son to have a moment like that. And it's a beautiful moment. Tiger had some adversity. He's trying to get over it. I'm proud of Tiger for this moment and for his family.
I can't wait for Lindsay, when you're getting an award and your daughter brings you up. I mean, I hope you get the Kleenex ready. I had a moment like that, and it's weird. I've never said it to anybody. My daughter, who kind of stopped playing volleyball, we were at one of her last tournaments, and I remember standing there. It was like this weird part of my life where I realized, like, I was just like, I cared about my career, but I remember standing on the volleyball court. They were getting killed. Our team was terrible. But
she's good.
I remember standing there and being like, I don't want to be anywhere in the world except right here, you know? And so like I watch him and his daughter, and it's like, that's the whole point of all of this. Like the cars and the money, and like no one cares. Like when Kobe died, he was with his daughter, you know, going to practice. It's everything. So enjoy your journey, Lindsay, with your daughter. We can't wait to watch her grow up, and she couldn't have a better mom. And Jeff, we already know you're the man.
I love this man. I love this man. But it shows you what it's all about, man. It shows you what it's all about.
And the thing is, like, you think you know so much, and it doesn't matter if you have kids, people to love. And I have my 106-year-old grandmother, someone to love, right? And then you see how you can develop these relationships, and you realize, like, what was all this about at the end of the day? So just seeing Kinsley, even if she just acknowledged that I was a good mom and says, you know, you didn't make me have to go to therapy so much, that will be an accomplishment. And I'll be so happy that I had the honor to raise a beautiful young daughter. And so I know you guys are having those experiences.
And you will.
Yeah.
And by the way, we are going to show, I'm like a mess over here. We're going to show a little bit more about is it great-grandma or grandma?
She's my great-grandmother, Kinsley's great-great-grandmother.
Wow, we have a little video for you all, so this is a little tease for you to stick around.
I already cried once, don't do it.
Yeah, we're going to cry a lot more, so stick around and get those tissues out, really, honestly. Coming up on DBL, we're talking about which states are the most sinful. Hard turn. According to a new survey, does your state make the list?
We're going to cry about it next.
Yeah.
Closed captioning provided by
And as the only non-parent here, I felt really like, should I?
kids.
And that's all of it?
Yeah, so this
that's
is
all of
ranking
it
out of
together?
50.
Okay, your mom and your kids?
No. That's just for your reference.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. And Al is usually a robot, so when he cries, it's like, I'm out. Don't you think? It's like a very emotional when Al cries. Al cries like a movie cries. He'll go and then he'll stop. And then he'll.
That's an old black man.
That's an old black man.
We can't really let it go. Yeah, it's a bug in the system. We're gonna work that in the next generation.
And then I was, and a lot of us just have ugly cries. Oh God! So what you guys are about to see, if you don't know, a little hint because you're on YouTube, is Kinsley, if you didn't know, which is Colin and Lindsay's baby, which is both from Colin and Lindsay. Kinsley.
I never put that together.
Wow, me neither.
Okay, good. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Yeah. It's a weird thing.
Colin and Lindsay
you're like,
makes
oh yeah,
Kinsley.
of course, but it's.
Yeah.
I never
So
thought.
she meets her great grandmother Ida, who is 106. And it's a moment that Lindsay's also a production, she owns her own production company, so they brought her camera and they documented it because this will be something you would want to take in a fire, this type of video, right? Like this footage. So we want to share it with you because it's, get ready to cry again.
I think that's another thing that's like really been slept on. You had a great-grandmother's great-grandmother-in-law that's 105.
Yeah.
Lindsay's 106. The man who I love, who my mom married, his mom is 107.
Isn't that great? We're living
and they
so
were
much
just
longer.
visiting her in Palo Alto. She's 107 and like lucid and kicking.
With it.
Yes.
Wow.
It's
What a
unbelievable.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Welcome back. All right, let's change the mood a bit. Red and blue states will forever point fingers at each other, but it turns out political preference has very little to do with a state's virtuous qualities. That's according to a new study about 2022's most sinful states. I love music. Okay, so some states, I don't know why, some states are more well-behaved than others. Iowa, South Dakota, Vermont, and Wyoming, if you're out there, shout out, are the most virtuous overall, with Idaho winning the prize for least sinful state in America. It's the potatoes.
Nice.
See that? I thought it'd be Utah.
I thought
maybe
it would
not.
be Colorado. Everybody's so sweet here.
I don't know if they're sweet here.
Seriously. I mean, then New York, coming from New York.
Too much craft beer.
Meanwhile, the worst behaved states were Louisiana.
Oh, I can see that.
Yes, I can.
New Orleans.
Florida, as my mother says, Florida, Texas, California, and is it any surprise that Nevada took first place?
Those are also the most fun states.
But that's true. That's not all. The study also ranked the states of our individual vices for each one. All right, so like jealousy, that's Louisiana ranked highest and Massachusetts lowest. What about laziness? Well, Utah is the most active. There you go, Jeff. Well, Kentucky topped the list as the laziest. And who spent the most time looking at naughty websites? Rhode Island.
Oh,
I'm looking at you.
It's a small state, so it's like a weird sample size. It's like 6 people.
Yeah, there's very few people.
They're all looking at it.
Everybody one time a day.
What do you think is the most sinful in your Cleveland, Ohio?
I mean, Ohio, as a, we were ranked.
What did that mean?
You're going to let her get away with
I
that?
thought something was caught in her throat, so I was worried. I was like, oh my, forget the show.
You're not going to let that slide?
Ohio was 19th overall, but 33rd in hatred and anger. Wow. How you measure that? Terrifying.
Let me back you up on that because Illinois was 10th on hatred and anger, huh?
Oh,
Wow. You're right
Maybe
up
there's
there. There's a connection.
There's a connection, but go ahead.
That's going to make me 32nd in jealousy there.
Oh. All right. I thought that one was interesting.
Listen, New York is #1 in vanity, and I'm offended because I lived in New York and LA. LA is definitely #1 in vanity. Yeah. Come on now.
I would think so. What about Manhattan, though? That's got a factor.
Well, New York has Buffalo, Long Island, plenty of other places. I don't understand how this is.
Buffalo. I mean, really?
They have deer that run into random buildings that we've seen and done on this show. And we're 17 in laziness. And me, everyone in New York are the hardest workers of all time, just because we have to run from the train to this and then have 2 jobs. Everybody had 2 jobs when I was growing up.
Well, say that to a coal miner in West Virginia. They're probably hard working too, huh?
But how do you measure laziness? Because I feel like laziness isn't your job, it's what you do after work.
Yeah.
Oh. So maybe you're just sitting around after your coal. I'll be sitting around if I just mine coal all day.
That's true.
I'm lazy now?
I think that's not lazy. That's called restful, and it's called self-care, which is what I do.
I would think like winter has to play into that, right?
Fair.
So if you're inside all winter, that might be considered lazy, but what are you going to do?
It's also hatred and anger. I wonder how they assign those numbers.
Check your internet history.
Where do you guys fall on greediness?
Where are you?
New York is number 50, so I'm very charitable.
Illinois is 46.
Okay, so you're We don't need much.
Ohio?
And also, greedy, we're 45th, but it's like
nobody's greedy on this panel.
It's like we're supposed to be greedy, right?
No.
Well, I feel like greedy's like
this
stingy.
isn't Wall Street, but you need to get your money.
I mean, we're not saying that, but we're saying you're not an avarice.
Because everyone always, back to your point earlier, and my mom texted me that you made her cry. What's the point of all the money if you're not going to share it with people, right? That's greediness for me is like, I'm just going to sit in my wealth and just roll around in dough.
A couple yachts.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't share this. That's the name of this yacht. I didn't share my money.
That's a good name.
Exactly.
Did you have any fun facts?
So they haven't made my hometown estate yet. It's just a
so you weren't even counted? They didn't even count you guys?
No, and get this, we pay as much taxes as I believe Rhode Island, and I don't have any representation, not a senator or a congressperson. I have a delegate who can't vote. So that's called taxation without representation. So please allow DC.
So you're the most boring state.
Yes.
This is like school. It felt like Schoolhouse Rock.
You're so boring they didn't even call you a state.
You're the most boring district.
Oh,
See,
man.
Glasses half full.
You're the most boring district. We'll be right back.
Gubernatorial.
I love that word.
I like it too.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues to cause prices for goods to skyrocket. So let's verify. Why is the crisis in Ukraine affecting wheat and corn prices? To find out, we went to 3 agricultural economists. Bill Hoagland from the Bipartisan Policy Center, Dr. Mark Welch from Texas A&M University, and Dr. William Ridley from the University of Illinois. All of our sources explained that both Ukraine and Russia are large sources of the world's grain supply.
Russia and Ukraine export nearly 35% of all grain produced in the world.
So if the conflict continues, Ukrainian farmers might not be able to harvest wheat and ship it out of their ports because of closures, and sanctions on Russia mean they can't sell their wheat to a lot of countries, and that will restrict global supply. But what about here at home? How much wheat and corn does the U.S. import? Well, none.
We produce more than we need, domestically.
Well, these are global markets. So a disruption in one country is going to disrupt the global market for this commodity.
Grain, wheat, and corn, just like oil, gets measured at a global level.
Any impacts on prices and availability that you're going to see are going to spill over to U.S. markets, and that's clearly already happening.
Yeah, it matters because it's driving their prices up considerably just in response to what's going on globally.
Add that to already high gas prices and high transportation costs, and you've got a recipe that could lead to higher grocery bills.
Guys, what time is it? Oh, it's your favorite time of the week. So get your phones ready. That was good. Because we have got a new QR code for you to shop right in the palm of your hand. Check out these deals from our friends at Morning Save. Steph, so excited for today. What do you have for us?
Hi, Tori, and hello, DBL Nation. I've got some amazing products and fabulous deals just for you, so let's get started. First up, we've got Eufy RoboVac 15T robotic vacuum cleaner.
Ooh.
I know. So this deal includes one robot cleaner with a remote control, and this vac cleans hardwood floors to medium pile carpet, so you can just sit back, kick up those feet, just relax and let the robot cleaner give you a spotless home. It's amazing. It operates with the included remote control or by its touch panel, which is compatible with Alexa and Google.
What?
I know. It'll work for more than an hour and a half before needing to be recharged. So normally this is $200, but we've got it for $119, saving 41%.
I love that, and I also want to say, hey Alexa, sorry everyone at home, clean my house.
I love
That's
that.
brilliant.
And Tori, what about this one then? We've got a great deal. It's Mask Bar Exfoliating and Moisturizing Foot Treatment Bundle.
I need this.
So this deal includes 2 pairs of exfoliating masks and 4 pairs of moisturizing masks. The exfoliating masks have natural botanical fruit extracts, and the moisturizing masks have shea butter, lavender, and tea tree extract.
Oh.
There are no sulfates, parabens, or silicone, and these are safe for all skin types.
Nice.
Normally it's $40, but we've got it for $19, saving 53%. Looking after your feet is so important.
And it's underrated, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
And this is a simple way, like you said, just to sit back, relax, and let these masks do the work for you.
Love that.
Now, Tori, this next set is so soothing. We've got Brookstone Beauty 4-piece hair and face accessory set.
Nice.
So the deal includes 1 headband, 1 facial brush, 1 hair turban, and 1 brush. So you can bring the spa to you with this 4-piece set from the one and only Brookstone.
Which I love.
Oh, yes, so this is what I love to do after the shower. So first of all, I brush my hair with the included hairbrush, and then I wrap it up with the extra soft hair turban to dry. And when it's time for a facial, I pull my hair back with the plush headband, which feels amazing.
Nice.
And exfoliate with the facial care brush. So normally this whole set is $80. We have it for $20.
Yes.
Saves everyone at home 75%.
I feel like I'm winning. I know I'm not winning because it's Morning Save, but thanks Morning Save because we feel like we're winning.
And last but certainly not least, we've got Tumbled Vintage Washed 6-piece extra soft sheet set. So the deal includes 1 flat sheet, 1 fitted sheet, and 4 pillowcases.
Ooh.
It's so soft, I just want to cuddle it. So it's available in 4 popular colors. We've got white, dark grey, blush, and blue in king or queen sizes. And let's be honest, sleep, it is so precious, you guys. These extra soft sheets are made to allow perfect airflow to enhance your sleeping experience. So normally this is as much as $90 for the queen and $100 for the king set. But guess what, Tori?
What? Please.
We've got them for $29.
I love that. Summer's coming up. Nice change of sheets would be good. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You could even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The price of oil continues to rise. On Tuesday, a barrel of oil was trading between $120 and $130. Compare that to just a few months ago in December when a barrel of oil cost $68. During his State of the Union address, President Biden told Americans that the U.S. and 30 other countries that make up the International Energy Agency agreed to release 60 million barrels of oil from their strategic reserves. 30 million of that is coming from the United States. President Biden said these steps will help lower gas prices. So the question, will the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil help reduce gas prices? Let's verify. Our source is Ray Trevino, Director of Operations for Pecos Country Operating, the Library of Congress, and the U.S. Energy Information Administration. According to the Library of Congress, the U.S. consumes an average of 20.6 million barrels of oil a day. Trevino says currently the United States produces a little more than half of that.
America produces on a good day between 12 and 14 million barrels of oil. So we still have to get that difference on a daily basis. That's where we're getting it from Saudi Arabia, from Russia, from the other OPEC countries as well.
If all 60 million barrels from the reserve were exclusively used in America and we were only reliant on that reserve, we would only have enough fuel for 3 days. The Biden administration has tapped into the reserves before. Back on November 23rd, they released 50 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserve. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, in the days following the release, the average price of gas dropped 2 cents. By December 6th, it only dropped another 3 cents.
It was so quick. They did drop and then they went right back up.
Trevino believes the same will happen again. He says tapping the reserves may put a small dent in gas prices, but not enough to justify using a stockpile that's meant for emergencies.
We'll do nothing but put another Band-Aid on a very big wound, and we will only hinder ourselves if we ever got into a serious emergency here in America.
So we can verify that no, the release of 60 million barrels of reserve oil will not help reduce gas prices in the long term.
After he invaded Ukraine, Vladimir Putin put Russia's nuclear weapons on high alert. That alarmed people around the world and led to reports of people across Europe stocking up on iodine pills. But can iodine pills protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack? We'll verify using these sources. Over-the-counter potassium iodide comes in pill and liquid form, and it is shown to be useful in preventing thyroid cancer caused by radioactive iodine, especially in children. It basically loads up your thyroid with healthy, normal iodine so that there's no room for the radioactive version. But that's all it does. It doesn't prevent your body from absorbing other radioactive elements. And a nuclear bomb emits a lot more radioactive chemicals than just iodine. So in the scheme of a nuclear blast, these pills won't do much. The chairperson for the Czech Nuclear Safety Office called them, quote, basically useless in that worst case scenario. So no, iodine pills won't protect you from most radiation effects in a nuclear attack.
Welcome back to DBL. Now, as we talked about earlier, Lindsay has some incredible video to share from this past weekend, so I give the floor to Miss Granger.
Well, my 6-month-old met my 106-year-old Nana. She's her great-great-grandmother because she's my grandmother, and then my grandmother as well, Grandma Ida, who probably stalks you guys all on social media, also met Kinsley, and it was just so beautiful for them to connect. You know, when somebody's that old and still aware, every day I'm counting my blessings, and I wanted to take Kinsley home, but she wasn't able to get a flu shot until recently, and so now everybody's safe, COVID is dying down, and I took her home finally, so watch what happened. So Kinsley is about to meet her great-grandmother and her great-great-grandmother for the first time. The age difference between Kinsley and her great-great-grandmother is 106 years. Nana is 106 years older than Kinsley. Say hi, Nana. Give Nana a kiss. Hi, Kinsley.
Say hi, Jussie, man.
Say hi, Grandma Ida. And I was like hysterical. I walked in, I tried to, you try to get video, and I brought the real camera, and I ended up just on my phone because I was just like crying, and like, it was just
Walk
so.
us through your thoughts. Like, what were you thinking? I'm in shock, like looking at that footage.
Because nobody ever gets a chance to, sometimes it's just with your parents, or you want them to meet your kid. But my great-great-grandmother meeting my daughter, and she knew who I was and was cognizant enough that when I cried, she told me it's okay. Oh. It's just like the craziest thing, and I just feel so lucky to have her.
You're going to have that moment forever.
I know, I know.
Beautiful.
And I could not wait to get to New York, so we made it, and I'm happy they met.
Beautiful.
Bye, guys.
Oh.